So as y'all might remember last week, on escape from Kenya, you had made your way through the dungeon of the Ice Garden Maze. And I gotta tip my hat for Courtney on this one, because she stole Jade's job. Yup, he took her job, or she took his job. Shoot, I had it backwards. Normally, as many of you might recall, when there's a trap or a problem or a trigger or something bad that's gonna happen, Jade's usually the one to stroll into it like, I can't go to Mordor? Up yours. And trigger said trap, and he's like, alright, let's see how this rolls. But this time it was Bellamy who managed to disable and re-enable the device that seemed to be supporting the roof, causing the ceiling to begin a slow collapse that is continuing to branch out from way back where it began, which I'll give a ting on the map so you all can see, but I mean, it's hard to see through the darkness on your view. And then with the ceiling in steady collapse now, the team was making their way forward. As you did, you twisted and turned and went through some random stuff, found an interesting symbol on the floor, before making your way to what appeared to be a dead set of trees, recently died as unfortunately discovered by the druid. Bellamy, placing a few pieces of a puzzle together, realized that the music that was being provided by the violin player may have been the source for not just the life that was still flowing through these trees, but the very walls of this ice garden maze. And as she played her tune, she did indeed restore life to these trees, but not in any semblance the players would have enjoyed, as the undead trees rose up and fought them. But it was a quick, easy fight, given the powers of the players and enough fire to burn the heck out of anything. You now comfortably sit in warmth as the roasting, scored remains of these treants lie dead on the ice, leaving you stranded in yet another one of the cold, cold rooms, now in the northeastern corner of the dungeon itself, trying to find your way out before the ceiling collapses in on you. As a gentle reminder, it is 4:16:49 in the morning. You can take a long rest as of 8 o'clock in the morning, but I don't know what's going to happen if you try to spend 8 hours doing nothing as far as that ceiling is considered. And I have unpaused the game. Feel free to move your minis around or do what has, because last week's game ended immediately after you whooped these trees. Yes. Lulu, meanwhile, has waddled her way over and has jumped up on top of a stump, turns around, lifts up her wings, tail feathers, everything, points her butt right at the flame like, oh my word, it's so warm. Oh, I mean, it's really sad, she says as she gives a nod toward Alec with a bit of a frown, but then immediately smiles as she stares off into space. But it's so warm.
Right, Lulu. We don't get nice things down here.
We take the pleasures and the enjoyments when we find them. So long as they're not hedonistic. You know, I gotta keep my rank. And she nods a few times.
Onward and forward?
We should keep moving.
And we've got a quick be right back from Jillian, who's quickly stepping out, so she'll be right back.
I'm gonna just quickly have him look down here.
As you peek around the corner, you can see that it comes to a quick dead end here, but the path continues in this direction to parts unknown. That means it's going to Tijuana.
Yeah. So we kind of have to figure out a way quickly because we have the thingamajigger. We know this is the edge of the maze. Yeah, end of the mage. Oh my. So we know this is the top corner. So we don't know, but we suspect the exit is along this wall here somewhere. Now, I remember we saying we could try and cut through the wall and get out that way, but Helen suggested we might run into a impenetrable wall of snow if we leave anywhere but the designated exit.
Oh, I gave the fair note that most likely the majority of it is surrounded in snow. You could walk right up to the edge of the wall and squint really hard and try a really tough perception check to see what you could see through, to see if it's snow or if you might actually be able to see tunneling on the other side of any wall. But the DM's wall-breaking implications last game was that most likely you're going to find snow behind here because, well, this thing's buried. Oh, and Jillian is now back. Welcome back.
So, what way do people want to go?
I'm good to go down that hallway.
The one where the head's at, or I didn't see
Yeah.
the tree. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, like down this way. I feel like if we're gonna go along the wall, then it's the logical way.
Yeah.
Now, the last couple games I kind of said, okay, this person go ahead do the moving, or this person go ahead do the moving for the fun of it, but I'll leave that up to you all for this one to decide how it goes. I just did that for the friendly little nudge of, alright, who's leading?
I was going to ask just quickly, will the someone moves on to do a little bit of scouting if Alec rooted around the roots of where these trees, I think, did the trees move? I think one of them moved.
They did move a little bit to get towards you, but
Yeah.
The party killed them pretty quick.
I was just going to have a look around the root system, see if there's anything interesting.
By all means, go ahead and roll yourself a perception check. And I will say, as Nimbar begins to turn the corner, the path continues to twist and turn.
Easy beyond just super slow there. Oh,
Lots and lots and lots of roots. You see so many roots.
Womp womp.
catch up with the group.
Ooh, Foundry a little extra slow today. Just give me 1 second here. I may have actually locked up the page. On myself. There we go. Hang on, you want to backtrack some with not Nimbar.
Oh.
That's why I said hold on a sec, as you're turning corners and all that.
You said hold on a sec when I got there, which is why I kind of stopped there.
Oh, I've said a couple times, my system has been going a little slow for the last few minutes. Just a second here. That's better. As you round the corner here, you can find something rather interesting at the end of that hallway. A desk. And though the remaining features that are upon it have all worn away with time or have been lost, Not Nimbar clearly sees a hand mirror seated upon the wooden desk. The desk itself's legs just rising enough that the top of the desk hits the very top edge of the ice, leaving the mirror floating above all of it, untouched.
We're all near not Nimbar, because we're probably... So we're probably all near where Bellamy is. So we'll have Isaac go over and tap his staff?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
And as you look at the mirror, you see the absence of anything yet again in the mirror space where it should be.
Okay. So, again, it's more the absence of magic than magic. It seems to be a void.
And I will say, for yourself and for Nimbar, you can also roll history checks where you've both physically seen the mirror to see if you can recognize it.
Sure. I'll make that attempt, for sure.
You said history?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, bad rolls.
Oh, VTT not found. Give me a second. Just gotta keep
Question.
on.
So I just realized I can pick up the dice and move it. Do
Yep.
you guys see it like rolling around?
No.
No, I think that's just for
Have fun
fun.
with.
Yeah.
With a 15 and 21 on your history checks, neither of you have any recollection of where that strange hand mirror might have come from.
Yeah, figured.
Poor rolls are poor. Okay. Do we want to take the hand mirror? I asked, looking at Jade.
Jade's walked up to the hand mirror? Because as of right now, the only people I've assumed have come close enough to physically inspect it are just the two wizards. Everyone else is pretty much standing in the hallway, tapping a foot, waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it before I get close.
It's a good idea.
Alrighty, you're more than welcome to roll yourself a history check as well to see if you can recognize the mirror. And is there any extra boosts on that?
No.
Alright, I figured I'd double check because I know your dice rolls sometimes. But with a 28, Jade has no idea at a glance where this mirror comes from.
Seems like we need to break a 30.
Yeah. I figure if it's something here, there's a good chance that it's like, what's it called? You know what I mean? Like, it's so... it's just not... It just doesn't fit with anything we would reasonably be able to know about. Dang, though.
Alright, so are we taking it or are we going?
Poke it with a stick.
I mean, we can easily mage hand it too.
Well, as Jade pokes it with a stick, it slowly slides across the desk without any effort.
While they're doing this, do I have time to cast Identify?
If you ritual cast it, it takes 10 minutes. And you have to touch
Right.
the object is the big thing too.
And I will say,
Right.
as Bellamy...
Well, I didn't want to. I didn't want to do it on the mirror. I wanted to do it on the violin that I got off of
Okay.
off of Buddy.
Oh,
yeah,
so...
yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but Courtney and I actually play in a couple D&D games, so
yeah.
you don't need to remind us every single time what our spells do.
Oh, yeah. Very
the
much the
mirror
truth.
at all reminiscent of the one that copied
Oh, I will also say on that note, Jillian, you'll probably see me asking you what the spells do more often than not. If I had $1 for every time I'm like, is it an hour or 10 minutes? And everybody says, it's 10 minutes. I'd be rich. Like, oh man. Oh,
Yeah, for
definitely
me to
not so.
just cast it, it's 1 minute. I'm assuming we'll be
Oh.
here talking about the mirror long enough for me to do that.
The honest truth here, you've already brought it up over a minute ago at this point. If you wanted to have your character burn an actual spell slot, by all means, I'll give it to you right now. But if you want to take the 10 minutes for the ritual cast, by all means as well. You're probably going to have the time. That's entirely up to you if you want to burn the spell slot, though. Because I'll tell you, I'll already give you a minute for sure. Because we've already been talking about it, and let's be honest, everyone. You know, while everyone's walking around looking at the mirror, Bellamy just leaned back against the wall, pulled out the cool violin, and she goes like, "Oh, I'm gonna look at you instead." So,
Yeah, I'll try and ritual cast it, see if I have time, and if I get interrupted halfway through, then that's that.
alrighty.
So I'll sit down and I'll take the 10 minutes and see if I have time to do the ritual cast.
So I said I gave you a minute, and I'll add the extra minute. So you started at 4:27. So we'll say at 4:37 your ritual cast will be done on that. Well, 4:38 for the extra minute on the spell itself.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
So, I think I've mentioned this. Underneath the ruler, there's a little weird box with 2 dots on top. That's the calendar. Looks like an old desk calendar. But when you open it, you have to click the calendar button again and again to get the time to update. I'm going to get the old clock back when they fix it. But until then, if you're curious and you want to follow the time, that's sadly the only way I can do it at the moment. But I keep an eye on it myself as well, and on real time and all that. I'm getting off course. I'm getting technical. Too technical. So Bellamy leans back, pulls out her awesome violin, and starts poking at it. That being said, if you refer to it as a fiddle as well, that is completely fine. We're from Nova Scotia. Because you know, it's the way it goes. While that's happening, what are the rest of you doing with said weird mirror? Because thus far we've had Jade, and we've had Nimbar, and we've had Isaac make attempts with it. The rest of you, and Jade, the rest of you, as far as I'm concerned, haven't really poked at it yet. Well, when I say the rest of you, that's only like 3 of you left, so.
Stuff it was like a mother that copied Nimbar ages ago. The, you know, in Mad Max
The
thing.
giant one, yeah.
Yeah. That's the only mirror I can think of that was found that did anything funky.
Yeah. The reason we're not certain about this one is where it has like the absent magic thing.
Completely
So.
blanked and black.
What happens if you cast a cantrip on it?
Oh, and
If everyone wants to stand back, I can cast Mage Hand.
as you're playing around, as you're talking, and as you're chatting, right before you're doing your mage hand, the players that I've mentioned who are watching that mirror in that room with it, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Which would be Jade. Would Alec have gone in there yet at this point, or would he still be chilling out there? Because he's the wild card. Jillian, your Flux, I'm willing to bet, might have her arms folded at the door, staring out like, "Come on, wizards, do your thing," protecting them. But by all means, if you want to say you're in there, Jillian, you as well can roll that perception check. But Courtney, you're the only one I'd say who can't, because you got a cool fiddle.
Yeah, I'm preoccupied.
Exactly. It's basically up to
fine.
wherever you stand individually on it, so...
I don't think Alec would have went, and I think he would have just been asking from the hallway, because
Alright.
I don't think he would have been bothered to push his way in.
So Jade, for a brief moment, out of the corner of your eye, causing your head to even flick and turn because, you know, those natural rogue instincts of yours, you could have sworn you saw a reflection in the mirror, briefly, out the corner of your eye.
I'll tell everyone else. Yeah, I saw a reflection.
Bellamy,
But
as you're examining this violin, your mind is blown by the sheer capacity of its abilities. You've never seen such an instrument. You can't wait the 5 more minutes.
I feel like if we're seeing that, we may just want to leave it because we are kind of in a time crunch. But what do you guys think?
It definitely.
As the party ponders, and Fluminoxus carefully strides the halls, seeing what's going on, you notice when you look back, and I don't actually know if you were already here with your mini, but I saw it moving. You notice when you look back, those poor trees are already starting to lose all their leaves. dying so quick without the magic to support them anymore.
I definitely feel like we don't understand the implications of what this is, and while I'd love to study it, we have a collapsing ceiling coming after us. And it potentially is another danger to us. So we might be best leaving it be. Did you say this was like a hand mirror?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. We could risk taking it with us, but...
Oh, and I will say, while you're doing the debates, for the extra info to give you that extra meta... oh, pardon me. Water went wrong way. John, you did say you were going to have Nimbar cast Mage Hand on it before I shifted gears quickly onto another thought process. Did you do that?
No, because when we were going to do that, then Jake goes, "Hey, I saw it move." So
Yeah.
No, I saw movement in the mirror.
sorry,
not the
that's
mirror.
that's what I meant.
But Jade poked
Words
it with
are
a stick.
talking.
I think that's what John's getting to, is Jade poked it with a stick and it moved.
No, actually, I was talking about the fact that he saw something move in it.
Okay, no, I'm completely off then.
Yeah.
My turn to get it backwards.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm poor wording today. Words are not my friend today, apparently. I mean, if you guys still want, I can still do it, like, by all means.
Yeah, give it a little tap.
Worth
but-
experiment.
So we'll Mage Hand, we'll poke it with the Mage Hand to start with.
Alrighty. And as you pick the mirror up and turn it up straight, you see Lulu's eyes captivate, and they both disappear. No, I'm kidding. That would have been rude of me. No. As you grab with Mage Hand and lift the mirror up, Lulu is quite captivated, you might notice. Sitting there, wide eyes as she stares at the mirror. You might double take, thinking, oh no, is Lulu under a spell? But you just hear her say, so pretty. And you can tell she's simply enraptured, nothing more. As your Mage Hand lifts the mirror up.
Technically, it just poked it to start with.
As your Mage Hand technically just pokes the mirror to start with. Lulu's still staring at the mirror like it's pretty. It moves on the table just like when it was poked with a stick.
Okay, at that point, I would pick it up with Mage Hand.
You hear something out in the hallway from Bellamy about, what? Control weather? Holy... Sorry, I kind of jumped on Bellamy and took control of her voice for a second. I got 10 minutes before... Well, I got a few minutes before that spell's done, so...
So yeah, I pick it up with the Mage Hand and I turn it around.
No problem.
So we can see the back. What's on the back?
The back of the mirror is beautifully and intricately designed, with what appears to be the face of a lady on it. However, as you squint, you notice it's actually an optical illusion. And when twisted just a little bit in the opposite direction, you know, rotated here and there a little, it changes to being the picture of a man facing in the opposite direction. Also helps which way the light's striking it, you know? Very intricately designed, very beautifully made.
Alright, so... Alright, copy Nimbar will go over, and the Mage Hand will pass it to copy Nimbar, I think. Unless anyone has any objections before I do so.
No, that seems reasonable as a course of action.
1 minute to go, Bellamy.
Copy Nimbar will grab it.
Copy Nimbar walks over, grabs the mirror, picks it up. And he's looking at the back as he looks back towards regular Nimbar, and he goes, I'd love to make a joke here, but man, be like, oh no, but that's a cool looking mirror. Should I flip it around?
Yeah. Yeah, if he can hold it fine, he'll look into it.
He bends forward, so the mirror is now pointing up towards the ceiling once more, and he leans over it, gives a thumbs up back to the group, and taps the side of his head with one of those I'm smart moments. Because, well, I'm having fun. Flips the mirror over in his hand casually, goes, oh, I really need to trim my beard, and then looks back, oh, we're good though.
All right.
Go ahead
At
and give
this
me a
point,
perception check on Copy Nimbar. Oh, and we just rolled over to perfect timing. So, what Bellamy has found in this incredible violin is something she's only heard about in hushed whispers in whenever her days of study or maybe her days of travel have brought her. Most bardic types have gone to a college at some point or another. The bards' colleges. Not necessarily required, but heck, maybe Bellamy did a show there one time showing off and they gave her an honorary degree and she heard about this. Or it might have been the school you went to. I don't like to make your character's backstory. It's a faux pas. That's a character. I don't want to steal stuff good from you. But at some point in your educational days as a bard, however they worked, you would have heard of instruments. Legendary bardic instruments from colleges that you've been to or seen. Only maybe 2 of these instruments have ever truly been heard. One, if you went to a college, would have been named for your college and came from it. But this is like nothing you've ever heard of. The Olymph violin. Functionally, it's identical to the Olymph harp. I'm going to link that. And I might be pronouncing that wrong, but good luck pronouncing it correctly. It functions identically to that harp, except due to the damage from being burned, you may cast the Firestorm spell twice in a single day.
Ooh, buddy.
And now you'll definitely want to look that up, Courtney, and take your time if you don't already know the weapons from the bardic colleges. If you do already know the weapons of the bardic colleges, have fun. But it's got so many small little PC add-ons, sort of like Kieran's staff, like where Kieran, your staff has like, oh look, I can do 50 different things. It's like a Swiss Army knife for wizards. Well, I gave a dangerous weapon to Bellamy. However, it gets a little bit better as well. I'll probably have to make a custom item for this one though. Oh, well no, it should just work. The rapier that you have is a standard rapier with a +3 bonus, and it's flaming. So, if you speak a command word, and these command words are always up to the players in my opinion, have fun. If you speak a command word, the rapier will ignite and deal an extra 2d6 points of fire damage to anything it strikes.
Oh, buddy.
In order to attune to this violin, you must be a bard. You must have class levels in bard to attune to this violin.
That's fair.
Or be Jade.
Or be Jade.
Or be Jade, yeah.
As we know. Jade's like, I can also equip the super evil dagger, and Lulu's like, oh, please don't do it, Jade. I don't want to see your head blow up. And he's like, oh, okay, I won't. It's like the only item in the game that Jade could equip that he probably won't. So long as he can resist the curiosity. Of course, the answer is under your nose, if you can find a way to save Zariel. But that's neither here nor there. No, you're inside of a cold place. Yeah, I'll have to see if they have a flaming rapier. I'm not sure that they do. If they do, I'll add it in. Now, attuning to one attunes you as well to the other. They are a single item. You bind to both.
Oh, tight.
The rapier, as mentioned, has coursed string on one side, and as Bellamy examines it, the material is like nothing she's ever seen. It has a beautiful design to it, and at very close inspection, it almost appears metallic, but when you run your fingers across it, it's better than any horsehair you've ever felt in your life. All violins' horsehairs have been ethically sourced. Just as a note. Everyone likes horses, so. As for not Nimbar, he's holding the mirror in one hand, and he's just giving a shrug with his 11. He goes, yeah, it seems to be a nice, very pretty hand mirror, but I have no idea what the magic in this thing is.
Right. At this point, I suggest we put it in a bag and hold it and keep going. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's
Sure.
that seems to be the option. We can examine it when we're in a safer place.
Not Nimbar is coming out of the room, mirror in hand, grabs onto Jade's one of his bag holdings, say, yeah, no problems, tries to shove the mirror in, but it won't go. As he does, you're all more than welcome to make a perception check now that you can see the mirror.
Sure.
Bellamy, for some reason, you have advantage on this roll.
Does
Almost
that,
recognize the design.
does that include copy number again?
No, it's the perception check for what is this? Bellamy scrapes a 20. Jade rolls a 28. Wait a second, Jade, you've already rolled. This is basically the perception check for if you recognize it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Bellamy, you give your jaw a rub and you squint your eyes and you're like, we had something similar in design in the Bardic College. It was an old mirror called the Mirror of Destiny. But that's all you can remember on it, just the name. But you also know it wasn't a hand mirror, it was a full-sized mirror. Do you share that information with the rest of the party?
Yeah, I'll tell them.
Everyone is now more than welcome to make another history check if they would like. Or, for you spellcastery types, because I know you wait for me to say this, you can do an Arcana check as well.
So, can copy number do a history, real number do Arcana?
I sometimes wonder about these knowledge checks using simulacrums. I'm like, really? Is that too
that's
broken?
what-
But go for it. It's
Alright,
it's a
like-
creature.
Yeah, like it's one of those things.
all right.
On the
I'll
history check.
I will roll for. Yeah, I'll do the same thing. So copy Isaac will roll the history.
Alrighty. Copy Nimbar, who obtained a 31, gives a nod of his head. Oh, I think we lost Jillian for a sec there. I think she may have this. Everything okay on your end there for the computer, Jillian?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just being dumb, but I'm refreshing just Foundry because it's not picking up the VTT.
Oh, fair enough. If it's any consolation, right when we started off playing, I had a different window open. I Alt F4 and closed my main window and had to relaunch the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm just about to do that.
Okay, so with that 30 for Nimbar copy on history, as Bellamy mentions, it looks like a Mirror of Destiny. Nimbar would know and remember the Mirror of Destiny. It is a rumored magical item that can show anyone the future, or at least visions of it. At least that's the rumor. It'll show you your heart's desire. Any number of things, you know what I mean? The real solid truth, however, though, is supposed to be a way to see between the worlds. However, as Bellamy have said, 100% certainly, it's supposed to be a full-sized mirror, not a hand mirror. And as that's happening, everybody give me a perception check. Jillian, if you want to roll that one inside of D&D Beyond while your Foundry's still popping up, by all means.
Gotcha. I got a 21.
Oh, damn. So far, you're in the lead, which means it might be Jade, because, well, that's crazy perception of his.
22.
I don't think I can
Sorry,
beat Jaden
24.
Allen.
It's oh, pardon me. So does that mean I gotta roll for Lulu. Can't forget poor Lulu. Her stats are like subpar now, but I think Jillian, you might be in the lead with Jade in first place and you in second, which actually is important for this one. Lulu's too enraptured by the pretty mirror's prettiness, and she's just staring at it like, oh my word, it's such lovely design. I rolled a flippin' 1. Be happy I wasted it now. I know odds and averages don't work like that, but be happy I wasted it now. Ugh. Jillian and Jade would notice as the mirror's turning and you're looking at it for a brief second what appears to be almost water rippling on the surface of the mirror. Before you hear Flummonox's voice, which to Flux might sound a little strange hearing it come from the mirror, but you couldn't quite make out what it said.
I'll ask if anyone else heard that.
It would have been just you and Jade.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that for the meta knowledge for people.
Yeah.
Heard what?
I said something through the mirror, but it wasn't me.
I didn't hear it.
What did
Ah.
you say?
Couldn't make it out.
Couldn't make it out. Chinks. Well, we said it at the same time on my end. But I don't know if it came through with Discord. It's saying it's timing out, Alan, on my end. I might restart the computer.
Alrighty. Worst case, if that doesn't work, I'll completely restart Foundry, but then... oh god. Everyone will have to hit F5 if I do that. I can't drink water today. That's like...
Yeah, I don't want to.
Myself.
It sounded like you were falling off of a chair. Boop, boop, boop.
Partially accurate.
I didn't mean to be harsh. I thought it was funny, like, you know, like...
Oh, but no, partially
like
accurate.
a bit like a... Oh, I thought... I was thinking of it like... I'm always making dad jokes in my head now because Dean and I watch a lot of... listen to a lot of Not Another D&D podcast, and they're always talking about dad jokes and stuff. It's like...
Yeah.
It's like your dad losing his balance on the recliner. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
That's exactly what it was like. Oh my god. Oh, that's a good one. I love that. Oh, I love it. What I've been
It seems to
watching-
be working now. I guess the computer just needed to get
Sweet.
caught up or something. Yeah.
Give it a boot. If that doesn't work, reboot it.
Yeah. No, it's slowly coming along now.
So, Jillian, since Fluminoxus heard herself coming from the mirror, and Jade heard it, so you know you're not crazy. What now?
I literally have no idea.
Jade will look into the mirror.
I'll say... Okay, good plan.
Alrighty. Give me a perception check with Jade. With a
24.
24. But a big bad 24 as you pull the mirror up and stare into it and listen so carefully. The darkness in the mirror, you notice now, since you pointed it directly at your face, it doesn't reflect you. Not Nimbar points out, oh, I just thought there was no light so it wasn't reflecting me. That's cool. There's no reflection and the surface of the mirror almost looks like it's water. Almost has this weird wave to it. Which is when you can hear Fluminoxus's voice in the background picking up. Saying her apologies. They failed in their mission. And not a moment later do you hear from the mirror echoing out loud enough that everybody within 10 feet of Jade. So not Lulu and not Nimbar. Oh god.
I mean, to be fair, the copy Nimbar has to be close because he was holding it.
I know, I'm just going by map position. So not Lulu, because she's sitting comfortably in the corner. None of you hear as suddenly the mirror echoes out. That is of no problem or concern of mine. You have done quite well, and technically, your orders were to scrub them from the face of Avernus. Even though they're in Cania, technically, you have successfully done your mission now, haven't you? And it's at that moment you see a hand grabbing the watery substance and ripping it back.
Ooh.
A room of pure obsidian lies beyond the mirror, and you can see there, shadowed, darkened copies of yourselves. Well, 3 of you anyway. And 2 older party members who are no longer in the group. The dark, evil versions, what had chased you through the portal. Standing in a throne room made entirely of obsidian. But what might be catching your vision most importantly is the face staring at you through that mirror as you look down upon the face of Nega Dusty. I believe that's what we said in reference to Negaduck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll drop it the one time.
Yep.
You see the blackened obsidian armored face staring back at you.
I'll say, hey man.
moments of silence seem to pass. The armored obsidian body rising a hand up and seeming to push along the edge of the mirror as its eyes, or face, well, as much as you can see of a kind of metal helmet, right? Obsidian helmet. You see it turning as he seems to be examining before he gives a nod. One arm folds over his chest. Another hand rests under the chin of his helm as he tilts his head forward. Where'd my options go? Gosh darn it. They move things on me. Okay. He tilts his head forward as he looks into the mirror. Interesting. I wonder how it works. Looks over his shoulder back towards the group and back to the mirror, raises a finger and says, "Dare not one of you attune to this device. I have examining to do." You're all more than welcome. Well, those of you staring into this visage in the mirror, you can give me a quick insight check.
Did he seem to react
I
from me
get,
saying hi?
Well, that's the thing.
get the impression that maybe they're looking at a similar mirror.
Probably.
Another one.
I rolled a 17. I forgot to hit VTT when it finished downloading.
Not rolled above 10 so far.
Well, on the flip of that, ironically, with a 1, you beat Jade. It happens. Insight's not his forte, as we can see. Everyone except Jade, including Jillian with a 14, Alec with a 14, and Jillian got
17.
17. There it is.
It was a 17, yeah. It is recognizing it as VTT now. I just forgot to hit the button.
Just so we're clear, copy Nimbar only got a 9.
Oof. Jade got a 6, copy Nimbar got a 9. So, you know when I was saying earlier copy Nimbar was down here not paying attention? Can we say he's still there?
He's holding the mirror from the other side of the room.
Tilting his head over the side. What's going on? As you look and notice, Jillian, in fact, you've nailed it with yours. So I'll say Flux is the first to realize. As he stares across the visage, it doesn't seem he can see you. No response when you spoke to him. I mean, it's hard to guess, given he's wearing an obsidian helmet, so no facial things of any form. In those fleeting moments, while you're staring into this mirror, by the way, I will say, you can see this throne room made entirely of blackened obsidian, large, powerful, and strong. And out from behind the throne, you can see windows. And you can tell they are very, very high above the ground. But most concerning is the patches of obsidian that stretch so far out beneath this building, whatever it is that he sits inside of.
Do you guys think that we could, if we wanted to, could we go through the mirror and end up there? I don't think we should, but do you think we could?
Let's get out of the maze, and then we can try to identify the mirror, and then we can try and figure out if we could go through it or not, just so we have all our options. I just don't want to try and go through right now, because I feel like we're underprepared to deal with Nick and us,
Yes.
and
Yeah, I was just wondering what you thought. I'm not saying we have to figure it out right now. Just what's everyone's read on it?
definitely let's a spy
Maybe
on
we
him.
could.
So, yeah, it's
Was
possible.
that Courtney?
Yeah, I feel like maybe we could if we knew how.
Mm-hmm.
No, the other thing, Dean, when you were able to sense through your imp, when Negadusty had your imp, did the conversation not go the exact same?
I think it was a similar tract, at least. I'd need to go back and read my notes, but
And I'm trying to think, when you did that, were you able to see the environment? Or did you just hear?
It's at
I
that
think I
point,
saw.
the imp would
Go ahead.
speak up. Oh, hey guys, there wasn't some big obsidian thing. We were in the same spot by those stupid pillars. That was it. Sorry.
Okay. Nope, that's perfectly fine. That tells me that I was curious if there was a time dilation between the two, but it seems like they're having the conversation again, which seems odd to me. Something to ponder on.
Yeah, looking back at my notes, he did say that our doppelgangers or evil reflections were supposed to scrub us from Avernus. He did say that, but I don't know. It could just be that if you're working for someone as driven as Negadusty, maybe you just wanna you'll reiterate some apologies a few times just to make sure you don't get,
Yeah.
Darth Vader management styled.
Well then, if you're thinking something along those lines, Flux, give me an insight check on yourself, and you get advantage. Well, I say on yourself, but it was on an evil version of Flux, so you know. As as Alex mentioning these things, like maybe they're driven and they want to.
Full disclosure, I don't actually have good insight. I just got lucky last time.
I don't think anyone has the highest of insights, but Flux would be rubbing her jaw, maybe giving a nod. She goes, I won't know how an evil me thinks. You know, no one likes failure, so. And as a fighter, you're a perfectionist. So what Alex saying makes sense, but you cannot confirm either one way or another. Your insight's like, I'm not sure. Or maybe Flux might have even got offended, been like, what do you mean, do I know what an evil me is thinking? I'm a good me, thank you. Which would also get support from Lulu, one of those, yes, very good.
Consolation prize, though, we haven't seen an evil Lulu, so
I don't think we could. I don't think we could fight an evil Lulu.
He outright said he cannot corrupt her, so he cannot make an evil Lulu.
Lulu sort of
True.
frowns a bit as her head looks down. She goes, yeah, I know, I thought of that. How many times has he killed me?
God damn it, I try to be reassuring and it just depress her. Okay, I'm
She gives her
leaving.
head a shake, big smile towards Alec. Oh, don't worry, that's why you lot are here. I'm not fighting him. Oh, no. If I haven't learned my lesson by now, and she stomps her foot, I will this time.
But seriously, like, I don't think we could fight a Lulu, even a crop Lulu. I don't think we could harm her.
Lulu would give a nudge to Nimbar at that point, be like, oh, you're sweet. But don't you worry. We actually have a wonderful, perfect, awesome contingency plan for that moment. Yes.
We? As in the heavens?
No, we is me. I'll just turn to a monster. You all give me some power-ups. I'll crush myself. just don't mix us up. Actually, if I do mix us up, you ask me who my favorite is, I'm gonna say the imp. Because I would never say I have a favorite among any of you, so that's the password. The imp, who looked really happy for a moment, frowns a bit, but then looks happy again anyway.
Alright. That being said, I think we should keep going.
Agreed.
Yes, let's.
For now, Jade will wrap the mirror in a cloth
And
so
I
that
will
it
say,
can.
as Jade is wrapping it up and beginning to put it away, because I'm going to jump in on that because I know where you're going with it and I was waiting. You see the evil Straken Cavor comfortably seated in his obsidian throne, staring over the land. But beyond that, his throne room now empty, as your doppelgangers leave to go on whatever horrendous missions they may have had. But beyond that, silence fills. As you wrap the mirror closed, I'm going to need one final perception check from everyone.
Okay.
And for a fun fact on this one, I'm looking for the lowest perception check. Who looked last?
Ooh,
It looks like it's
interesting.
Nimbar. Or Nimbar.
Is he?
both
I
got a
was about
3.
to say.
Aha!
So we're gonna look at Nimbar, and also Nimbar, between you and Nimbar, who has a higher wisdom score? Because we're gonna use that for the title.
They have the same. They're the same person.
Oh, I laughed too hard, I make myself cough. Give me a roll off then between Nimbar and Nimbar.
Alright, I'm just gonna do another perception between the two, just because that's easy. Okay, real Nimbar it is.
Out the corner of your eye, as the mirror is being put away, you see for a brief moment all of you. It looks like the group of you. At least kind of. A couple of you look like you've been slain. And you can see for just a brief moment, a half second, if that, 3 frames out of a movie clip, you know? You see you all locked in combat with a mightily armored, sword-wielding monstrosity in the obsidian chambers before you, as it seems you're taking on a version of Dusty in the visions. Just for a brief moment, you see it though, as like a reflection flickering. As Jade finished wrapping it up, you don't see it again, however.
Nimbar will let the others know that.
That's something to think about. Is it a,
Damn it.
Alright, Ellen, please don't kill yourself over a game. Like, it's just not worth it, bud.
I'm just
We're
giving a
gonna
cough
need
and
to-
trying to hit my mute button.
I feel we should perhaps get Alan a fancy straw, perhaps, or maybe a sippy cup.
Yes.
I can't
Genuinely
get over the
concerned.
first cough. It's like, I'll be sitting here and after talking for a bit, my throat gets a little heavy and I gotta clear it. And I'm like, I'm not getting sick. Nope, not sick. Damn it. I'm getting old? No.
Have you had your second COVID vaccination yet?
Oh yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I was drinking
Well-
last night. This is just my body getting
Yeah.
mad at me. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm
I was
slightly
90%. I was 90% certain you had it, so I was gonna say, well, at least we know that it can't be.
well, you can still catch it, and if you do, it'll be a very,
yeah.
very reduced version. That's at least the nice
Yeah.
thing. But
yeah.
Yeah.
it isn't. No, we know it's not. I don't go anywhere. Actually,
Yeah.
I had family over last night actually, and they had their 2 kids. So I mean, oh no,
Theoretically, kids are like a plague magnet.
they might have infected me. Ah well,
Oh, jeez.
they didn't though. They come from Tattamagush, middle of nowhere. Like,
How old are they?
they're twins and they're 8.
Okay.
Adorable little 2 things. They're fun.
Mm.
2 adorable little girls. Like, God love them. They're good kids.
Yeah. Friday, I went to my sister's because it was my niece's birthday earlier this week,
Oh yeah.
and like she's now 4, and he's like almost 2.
Oh wow.
So
Those are fun ages. You're just waiting for them to
those
grow
are the
up to be
adorable
magic cards.
phases.
Oh no, once they're like 7 or 8, you're gonna come over with a couple decks of magic card. Been like, I've been waiting. I'm gonna kick your ass, kid. I say that, but we all know the rules. You let the other person win their first game of Magic if you can. Because then they know how the game works and they don't hate it. It's like golf. If your first game of golf you could score a 99, you'd golf for the rest of your life. But I'm going way off track now. It would appear.
I have lost many games on purpose.
Yeah,
it's been hard sometimes, but
especially when you have you look at your hand and you're like, I could end this kid's whole career. But
your goal isn't to beat them. Your goal is to introduce them to the game and let them get to know the experience of playing. Right?
Exactly. Then try to get them so they won't buy drugs.
I've also lost on purpose to people who have been playing for a while who are in a losing rut.
Oh yeah.
Because it's nice occasionally to get that little boost in confidence again.
I don't even track anymore when I play, but I very rarely play. But I'm getting off topic. With the mirror wrapped up and now safely on Jade's hip, stowed with the other magical items that won't go in a bag of holding, like Zariel's broken sword. Who has that anyway? And only 2 or 3 other items. Chompy shuffles away slightly from the mirror and gives a slight whimper.
I will put it on the opposite side of Chompy.
I was gonna say, if you didn't, Chompy would have moved his way around your butt some quick to the other side of that belt. Which would have been awkward for all parties. Poor Chompy.
Wait. Chompy moved?
Oh, he'd do his dangdest to wiggle. He'd be like, wiggle, 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 trying to get away from it, right? Imagine rolling from one side to the other on his mouth repeatedly. He moves like a half inch, like an inchworm on your damn belt, trying to get away from it. When you move the mirror to the other side, though, Chompy is visibly relaxed. He lets out a little sigh and then goes back to being relatively quiet like he usually is.
Hey guys, Chompy can move by himself.
Incredible.
Oh, good boy.
Jade set him on the ground. He's like, go, Chompy, go. 3 hours later, he moves 10 feet. Oh. So, as you continue on, I'm pretty certain that Not Nimbar notices the dead end over this way and nothing else in that area at all, right? Nothing else worth mentioning.
Okay, and then the pots here?
Right, the pots. The pots over in that room. The pots over in that room that I purposely ignored. That room. The room with the pots in it. Gotcha.
We gotta break them. We need the rupees.
I have heard that sea pots break pots.
Now, I will say, to be serious, for the description of said room as you peek, you notice most of these pots, and when I say most, I mean every single one of them, is actually at ice level. Some of them partially frozen about part way up, but it would appear they floated up as this room filled with water. It's some time ago.
If the pots were filled with water some time ago. So, does that mean they're full of ice now? Or
No. He said they floated up when this area filled with water.
Okay,
Not
sorry,
the pots are filled.
I picked that up wrong.
Don't mind me. I'm going to try and keep up on keeping your minis grouped together so that you all don't have to worry too much about it. Because I know it can be a bit of a pain after a little while. Though if I do see you moving your own mini, you might get ignored from my movements if I'm moving everyone else's. Just, I don't want to grab your mini, move it, then you move it, and I throw it across the map like I did the Flux last week. Because, creepy dragon statue over here. But, pots. No pans, just pots.
Alright. Well, looks like we should go down because going up does not seem to get us anywhere. We're going through the pots. Unless anyone wants to go check out the pots.
Check them out, you scout ahead. I can
I
pull back a
mean,
little
I
bit.
do love a little bit of pot.
And Courtney, I've put a link to the base
Classic.
instrument of the bards in D&D Beyond. You will note there's a little trick on it, that if you fail a wisdom saving throw trying to play it, if you're not attuned to it, you take damage. It says psychic damage. Your violin does fire damage instead. Because the neck of the guitar, or the violin, will literally burn the fingers off anyone not attuned to it. But it's still a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
But that's your cool new piece of gear. Try to kill everything with it. I used to say try not to, but you're into high levels now, so that's the job. So with those urns and stuff, as Not Nimbar continues trekking a little forward, finding a pathway that curves and another pathway curving, and a way leading back up whence you came. Oh, and I will say, the item is specifically called the Olamph violin. None of you, in all those checks and all those work, have ever heard of a place called Olamph. You've never heard of the college.
It's a letter I away from meaning professor in Gaelic.
Oh, cool.
OLLAIMH, I think, is professor.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that on purpose. That would be really cool. I like the lore. Oh, and it's of artifact grade rarity, not legendary. It's a custom item. Kind of custom anyway. It's 2 legit items made into one. Welcome to Endgame D&D. I've already done some wonky things. It's gonna get weird from here.
I mean, that's entirely like the Wizards' philosophy for like how they encourage DMs to create content, right? Is like take something that exists and reflavor and rework it to make it into the thing you want. Because it's easier than
always stick with something pre-made, because at least that point it's scaled.
Yeah, it makes it easier for you to figure out, like, if you want to how to scale, how to like properly balance things, is to take something that already exists and is already balanced and just to to make like cosmetic or whatever tweaks to it to make it fit with what you're looking for. So much easier to do that and make it not break the game.
Or break the game harder. So then, the pot house. What's the plan?
I just
want to take a quick look then.
I just look at them.
Peeking through them as you glance in this room, you can see some of them have coinage in them. Other ones have detritus in them, where whatever was in there at one point has rotted, turned to dust and ash, and faded to absolutely nothing over time. But there is in some of them some small volume of coin and trinket.
I will probably ignore the coins and maybe pick up a couple of the more interesting trinkets, but
it'd be things like a brooch with a nice emerald on it, or random stuff like that.
Ooh, I like a brooch.
Well, if you broach the subject anyways.
Isaac, can you tap your stick and tell us if any of those are magical?
Certainly. I'll cast Detect Magic using my staff.
Perfect. What I'm going to do, however, before you all do that and go through, I'm going to send a link to the D&D Wiki's 5e trinkets. I put it right up into there, and I'm going to drop it into the Discord as well. Anyone, like Bellamy just said, well, Courtney just said, Bellamy likes Bellamy likes the idea of the emerald covered bauble. I still can't talk. What the hell? The page I have linked has a number of tables. You roll a d100, and that's the trinket that you find. If you want to go ahead and stick your hand into a pot, rummage around and grab a trinket, pull one out, you can roll a d100 and consult one of the tables. I would recommend table 2 onward, because I'm guessing table 1 matches the regular D&D books. Table 2 might have more cool stuff onward, so anyone who wants to go for a trinket, by all means. So Courtney, you're going to need to roll me that d100. Nimbar's already jumped on it for a 28. Though, I could just say that Courtney, for Bellamy, she reaches in, grabs out the brooch that you can see the emerald on. It's a leaf in design with a little frog sitting at the very tip of the edge. You can almost not see the frog, though. That's it.
I can't click my D100.
actually. You know how to determine the table? There are 12 of them?
If you want to roll a d12,
Yeah!
there you go. So Nimbar's got 28 on 2. That's a preserved hand of a famous noble that moves when pointed at the ground.
Oh, jeez.
Just remember, they're trinkets, which means they're utterly useless.
Yeah. These are like the novelties that like characters can like start with, right? Like I think that's one purpose of the trinkets, right?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
Bellamy rolling a 2d10 would have got a 49, because I'm looking directly at the roll, a 4 and a 9. So that's 49. Alec has 40 on 2. 2's popular.
Yeah. All right. I'll
A turban
heck
hat,
of it all
when
in
worn,
one.
makes your steps feel very light. And I gotta jump back to the one that Nimbar got there.
Oh, I rolled a 100.
I found a sliver of a spear said to have pierced the armpit of a saint. Hell yeah!
Oh god, you found Lancer. Flux.
What did I? Sorry.
1 second here, I gotta scroll back. Isaac's got 100. Oh, you gotta roll for a chart though. Roll a d12.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry.
Flux got a 55 on chart 2, which is the chart today, and you got a surprisingly realistic replica of a Rakshaka hand.
On
Oh,
number
I
2.
have to roll a d12. Hold on.
That's to select the. I guess to select the which table.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I wanted to do. No one else had to do
1.
that.
Everyone else has followed, so I just kind of stuck it at that point. Bellamy with
Yeah.
a, what was it, a 49 on table 1? And then
Yeah,
with a
that
40.
was the sliver of a spear.
Table. So 100 on table 2, I guess.
Table 2 is the popular table, which is a tunic that smells of salt water and bears the emblem of an established
Ew.
landlocked nation on the front.
Is it a nation I recognize, or is it one that I guess due to the setting, probably I don't?
Nope, you do not recognize the emblem, but you do recognize the design as being one of a landlocked nation because of how it was set up. Just like, because you don't set this design up without doing it like this, so this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get one of those cool moments. Did I miss anyone? Let me just scroll back here. I got Bellamy, I got Isaac, Flux. Jade, we didn't do you, did we? We missed you. You got
I
7
got
on
it
table.
already.
What
I
would
already
you
got
get?
it. 10 dried peas.
Lulu walks over, gives a sniff to the peas. So, oh, those smell really good, Jade. I bet you they taste good too. Nods while she walks away. True enough, if you give it a sniff, they actually smell fresh, unlike everything else in hell.
I'll give them to Alec.
Thanks. Maybe I'll try planting them, see if they work like the beans.
I figured if
Do you
anyone
guys
could
think
restore
Mahadi
them-
would? Sorry, I didn't realize you're talking. I was just gonna say Flux is gonna hold up her Rakshasa hand and say, "Do you think Mahadi would like this, you guys? Or do you think it would be offensive?"
Maybe.
Lulu tilts her head a bit. Well, from what I remember of the weirdo, he has an odd sense of humor, so he'll either love it or hate it. Good luck.
He'd probably say something like, I gotta hand it to you there.
Lulu looks visibly pained.
Well, we could just tell him we were trying to give him a hand.
Everyone takes 1d4 damage.
Lulu's like covering her ears. Oh no, stop! I can't do so many. Oh.
Did I get that brooch as well?
Oh yeah,
Or
sure.
just the... Oh, okay. And what did
Brooch?
you say it was? It was an emerald brooch.
It would be a gold leaf with an emerald on it, so you make it sort of look green. On top of that, it had a tiny frog sitting at the very stem of the leaf that's very hard to notice unless you get close to it. Just to give it a little
Okay.
flourish. It'd be valued at like 200 gold. It's your gear. As for that, Jade, are you scooping out all the money?
Yeah, I'll add it to the collection.
And you find, in total, 300 pieces of silver and 130 pieces of gold. It doesn't take long to scoop them out. That's financially what you'd find. You'd also find, like, among that 130 pieces of gold, a couple small gemstones, but they're not really the equivalent of anything you'd need for a spell. Tiger's Eye, Opal, things like that. The mathematical capacity of Jade's mind and treasure is 130 gold worth.
Okay, let's go before ceiling collapses on us.
That's a good plan. Yeah, let's go.
So it looks like we found another dead end if we keep going south. Is there anything on said dead end?
As you peer forward into the dead end, you see a dead end, nothing more. Because not Nimbar went ahead here and checked.
Yep.
Alright. Not Nimbar turns the corner. The idea being the party skips and just follows right behind him. As you continue to twist and turn, so does the hall.
Anyone remember in the really old D&D games when you would go into a dungeon it would switch to a first-person view?
Oh yeah, Super Nintendo AD&D did that.
So they...
You see to the north as the team slowly makes... Oh, sorry, Julian, yes.
It's not important, but I was just like reading a few of the random trinkets, and number 86 on table 4, a small box containing bloody teeth and fingernails. The box has the word mother inscribed on top.
Oh.
You know what? You should send that one to Josh for Chris Estrad.
Oh my
That
God,
sounds like some weird ass. Oh, gross.
I love
88
it.
on the same 88 on the same table. An old piece of parchment reading, Frederick, why?
Oh. It should have been a
my
blood-stained
God.
piece of parchment. That would have been better. Oh, blood-stained piece of parchment. Oh my God, that's some weird like Norman Bates shit going on there.
Yeah.
So at
right.
this point, two paths are in front of you.
Yeah,
The one
a
to
tiny-
the north has a only 5-foot wide entrance down a slender hall, while to the south, the path continues.
Real quick, well, let's just quickly look at that using the copy. Well, like, Nimbar stands like here.
As Not Nimbar walks down the hallway, he disappears, gone completely.
Well, that's
What? Like, you just disappeared?
Yeah, and then he comes back.
Alright.
Hey guys. Walks up, says there was nothing at the end of the hallway, just a dead end.
So, even though I was standing at the end of the hall, like,
Yeah,
here,
the second he passed by this spot here, he disappeared, and then came right
Okay.
back from that spot.
I want to try it. I'm gonna run down the hallway.
Oh, shit.
Same effect. Bellamy runs to the end of the hallway. You find yourself going across the ice without any trouble. You come back, and it's just the end of a hallway.
I'm gonna jump back and forth between the two, disappearing and reappearing. Can I still see them when I'm disappeared?
Oh yeah. There's no change whatsoever as you're looking through. But anyone that sees you go past that one spot, that's what you see.
Well, that's cool, guys.
Oh, that's too bright.
kind of neat.
Ooh.
As that that works. Just to mark not Nimbar. Yoink. Hope I didn't forget anyone.
Isaac's way up at the top.
You're in.
Yeah, I've been left.
We're also missing the flying sword, which is the campfire.
Yep. Okay,
Let me just drag that.
I'm gonna shortcut him to here. This should work. Fly! By the power of Dungeon Master, I compel you.
Thank you.
Here we go. We're all together again. Alright. Well, Bellamy's having fun with that. Nimbar is gonna look at both this dead end and
The
down
hallway
here.
continues in a twisty, turny fashion.
Was there anything in this dead end?
Nothing at all. Just ice at this point. It's a shame not Nimbar doesn't have other senses. It's a shame.
Is it though?
It really is. You've missed a couple things. And I'll say that to you, John, because I know now you're like, oh, damn it! But that's okay. Given the size of this, it was never designed for you to hit every single room. But if you did, I wouldn't have complained any, because that means you're dungeon crawling. I digress.
Yeah. I mean,
Twisty
to be
turns.
fair, we would have if we could have, but we may have broken the maze.
There we go.
Do I pick up anything going around, or is it still all empty, even with blind sense?
Cold, empty nothingness. However, as the team gets closer to the zone you're in now, you can feel a cold breeze, ever so softly, against your cheek, as the temperature is climbing slightly lower, not like where you previously were in the dungeon, when all things went straight to crap in the cold, but a soft, cool breeze. The path splits before you. You can see it continuing in the southern path up ahead, while to the right, you do not know until you've moved a little more. A dead end, it would appear, but no, that is not the case, because when I rolled on my chart, I found a treasure chest. Oh, my phone just went blip blip. And while you decide what happens to said treasure chest, Jade, blah blah blah. I'm gonna check when my phone went blip blip. I'm still listening. Don't get me wrong. That wasn't my way of saying, okay, everybody stop playing.
Oh, no, I was looking at something.
But yeah, a treasure chest lies before you.
I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry about this.
No worries.
Must be important if it's pulling Jade away from treasure.
My god, while everyone's making up their mind, I'd just like to share another gem from the random tables as I'm reading through. I really shouldn't be reading all of it, but it's very fascinating. A small wooden box containing a pair of small sentient claymen that wander around aimlessly, and they magically return to the box when it's closed.
Stop!
That would have been awesome.
Oh my god, I love it. That would be so much fun to just like have in your pocket. I wonder if they talk.
I don't think they do.
Oh.
Right, so what decision are we waiting on? If we should go check out the treasure? I mean, Jade's gonna say yes.
Oh, I figured he
That
just had to step out for a minute.
Yeah.
Unless
Do we want to
you
continue
wanna
or
have
do we want to
Lux
wait?
run up and kick it open before he gets a chance to. Oh wait, I see a dice roll.
35 to
I'll
check
wait.
for traps.
I was just gonna say I'm not. This is Dan's thing. I'm not gonna step on his toes.
No, I have a gaming mouse going, but there's something wrong with the scroll wheel. So every time someone types something like "be right back," it scrolls into that, and I'm struggling to scroll back out so I can see everything. So I had to go find another mouse.
Oh, okay.
Did something similar. If I push
Classic
R,
tabaxi chasing after mice.
Oh my god. Julian, that was awesome. That's
I
like
had
up
to
there with
laugh
Alex
earlier.
jokes.
I have the pipes of the sewer. They allow me, when attuned to summon rats and mice. So I'm literally a cat that can call my own mice to chase.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
I give you 10 points for that lame joke, Julian. That was awesome. I say lame joke because it's a dad joke style joke. It's tabaxi chasing.
Oh no, it doesn't. I'm not offended.
That was a good one. Oh, me oh my. The treasure chest does not appear to be trapped, nor does it appear to be a mimic since it doesn't bite you.
Okay, and then I'll pick lock.
Alrighty, you go right ahead.
And I am using my infiltrator's key, so it's at advantage.
Is that a 33 total?
Yes, because I rolled a 10 and it automatically becomes a 10.
Awesome. Alrighty. You have no trouble unlocking the chest.
What do I find inside? I open it.
When you open it up, you find a rather magnificent looking rod inside of it. However, unfortunately, cracks are formed in one side of it. An interesting thing, it almost looks like a skull head on one side and a rather normal looking head on the other. I'll throw up a picture in a second.
Oh my god. I have another random item.
What'd you find this time? You got some gold out of that so far.
3,000 tiny hats that you almost can't see. You can only tell they're hats because you get a wizard to a large one for a short period of time.
Oh my god. Love it.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Oh, I'm making note of these ones that you're bringing up. They're cool.
No,
Like-
keep going. These are funny.
If you find any other ones, by all means. That's half the best awesome of D&D. You should find something cool in the book. You're like, hang on, I'm reading this. I love it. Oh, John, not Nimbar disappeared on you, but they're back now.
What do you mean he disappeared on me?
He just told us he was back. It's just
Yeah.
that Nimbar would be the one who knows.
Yeah, now Nimbar went be right back and then came back, so I don't know where he went.
How? See, I just had a thought about simulacrums. There's no like. Is there like a magical like bond between the creator and the simulacrum, or can like if like say the original simulacrum goes mad, could they just like disappear and become like a real problem?
Technically, there's nothing in the description saying there's a magic connection.
Oh, so like
they would have the same personality, but however, if magic influenced by like an outside force, theoretically they could diverge in personality and become evil and try and kill the party.
Do you? Well, okay. So,
And as
I'll
people
ask-
were discussing this, you see
Yeah.
Nimbar looks all evil for a split second, like hee.
I'll ask because I won't say anything if anybody takes objection. But does anybody mind Icewind Dale spoilers, like Rime of the Frostbane split?
I don't know if many people have played it yet, so I might suggest.
That's why. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
right?
I've
If
not
there's
played
anybody
it.
who objects, then okay, then I won't.
I've not
If
played
there's-
it or ran it yet. I might do it.
Yeah. Then I won't say anything. Just you know what I mean. That's why I check.
Okay.
If there's anybody who's concerned about it, right? Then
So I assume that little skull wand staff thing was in the chest.
Exactly. I put a handout in the. I put a note in the handouts on Discord, but I marked it as a spoiler. Basically, once it's identified, by all means.
Did I find anything else?
Besides a nice purple velvet cloth that had wrapped up that magical rod? No, nothing else.
Okay, I'll wrap it back up with the purple cloth, and we can go on.
Alright.
Another one for Chompy. Well, probably not Chompy, it's magical, so safe bag, but you know what I mean. Into storage it goes as you make your way to a crossroads. Not Nimbar moves his way onward, examining the area. But as the party makes it to this zone, and I can freely just jump you all through the wall yet again just by using the magic of internet. Gotta move Bellamy though, because I accidentally put her on top. That's no good, because otherwise you can't move the damn minis. Lulu just went off the map. Get back there, you. That probably spoiled a lot, didn't it? Oh well. Just bring them down and close. You can feel from this direction the breeze is coming. Not from this way. From the south, the breeze flows.
I suggest we go south then. Any objection?
Well, let's see.
correct.
Follow your nose.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, your
Lulu
whole
speaks up.
Ooh.
No, don't do that. It's a very bad idea. I did it one time. I ended up losing my memory. I ended up in hell. Nods. Scratches behind her ear with a big trunk. I don't trust this thing with nothing now.
We do see this thing here.
Yep. As you round that corner, not Nimbar comes back and reports that up ahead there's a body. A dead body. It's pierced by a blade.
Is it on top of the ice, underneath the ice, midway through the ice?
Floating in the air.
Kneeling on top of the ice.
dead body, I'm assuming.
Is the whole team going that way to explore? To check this one out and see what's going on?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As you approach, what you might notice in this room first and foremost is an exit. The
Ooh.
ground becoming somewhat lush with rocks and stones and frozen moss, revealing the next area that you could get through. Tunnels ahead, but that most likely is not what catches your vision. No, no, no. And I didn't have this loaded, so I'll just need a half second here.
On Mississippi?
Hey, listen here, Mr. One Word.
I mean, again, technically the word I couldn't think of was only one word.
But you give us the other word to work with.
He did
You never asked for
it
the
was,
other word.
Because you
You
never
did-
made it apparent it
I
existed.
know.
He did keep saying it was like a syndrome,
Yeah.
but he also could have meant it was the bad guy from The Incredibles, so there's still wiggle room in that word.
Yes, clearly I was thinking of the bad guy from The Incredibles.
See
Absolutely.
what I mean, John? How are we supposed
Absolutely.
to know?
There's no way.
Or it could be an obscure reference to magic that none of us knew, since he's such a magic player.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But when's the D&D set out for that? I ordered the box just to have a little look-see.
Yes.
Is it out now already, or?
Like
No,
yesterday.
Friday.
Okay. I saw the at HFX Games. I was in there on my birthday back Wednesday. I saw they had a bunch of boxes of it sitting. Thanks. They had a bunch of boxes of it sitting with the pre-order, or is it like the pre-order bonus card like attached to the front?
Yeah, I think they did yesterday. I think I saw it on Facebook while I was pulling up Marketplace. The HFX Games was like, "We got Magic with D&D." So I mean,
Yeah, no. So
Oh yeah, they've had the ads up in front of it. For
July 23rd. I only had that. Would have
Oh.
been. What was it really?
Maybe I'll need to shoot them an email and see if I can pick up my stuff.
Yeah.
so
They seem to. I think they're. Sorry, I was just gonna say. I think they're fully functioning now. Like the store is. Like they seem like I was in there and it seemed like they were doing things normally.
getting back to it.
Oh, yeah.
Good thing.
I mean, I played Magic there twice now.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
That's pretty cool. You get back into the real thing with it, because I mean that's the point of having the cards. But
Yeah.
I digress. I got things good to go at this point. So, as you turn that corner and you find yourselves coming on to what probably isn't the nicest sight you've seen, as you come across the body of a soldier, and this one's in your journal handouts as well,
It's very Dark Souls.
or whatever would remain of said soldier. You see a suit of armor sitting there and a great sword pierced through it. Lulu goes silent as she looks upon it. The same runes fall over this blade that you saw on the small dagger. Jade, your blind sight, picks something up in the corner of this room, though. And the imp admits that they can see a statue over there, but more on that in a moment. Glancing at this soldier's body, covered in cobweb and ice, it does not move, and no longer seems to have any remnants of flesh or bone inside. Just the hollowed metal form, emblazed with the logo of Blackrock. In the corner, down below here, invisible, you can see the statue of what appears to be an angel, very large. Its head down in its hands, as if crying tears.
What happened here?
Quickly, someone find the blue box.
Not that type of angel.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't blink. Anyone else getting an extremely bad feeling about this?
Very much so.
Do I
I'm
feel
going to cast
sad?
Detect Magic.
You'd get a very sad vibe. And with Detect Magic, the blade, of course, radiates with incredible power like you've never seen. Well, I shouldn't say that. It radiates with power comparable to Zerial's blade,
Yeah.
to the blade of Avernus even, or other such incredibly strong weapons. And the statue itself, further south, appears to be more of a magical creature than a magical item. You can tell the difference in the auras, so you can't read anything off that.
But that's information in itself. I'll relay all that to the party as well.
So you said the angel radiated magic, right?
It says it's a creature.
Lulu?
Speak up. Is the last will and testament is what it is. When one of the planetars fall, they leave that behind.
And Planetar died here?
Lulu nods as she points towards the statue. Right there.
Planetars don't die of old age that was killed? Is that right? I assume so. They don't die of old age.
Lulu can confirm such a thing. But for one to be dead and for one to be in the 8th layer of hell, she seems mighty confused.
So, if it's the last will and testimony of the Planetar, is there a way to get it to speak to tell us what the last will and testimony was?
Lulu gives a nod of her head. Well, if Zaya was here, she could just wave a hand and be like, I do it, and it would, and that's how it works. But, I don't know. Because it isn't a superior officer, right?
Hmm. Well, you're pretty important. Are you
Lulu
important
laughs.
enough?
She gives a nod, says, I appreciate the words of kindness, my friend, but let's be honest here. Soldier.
It'll kind of ruffle her ears.
She has a happy look on her face.
For-
Unlike
for
Bellamy,
those-
who might, as mentioned, be looking a little sad taking all this in. Definitely a bummer of a scene.
For those of you who can see the statue, does the size of the sword line up with the statue?
I will say around this time, Jillian. Oh yeah, the great sword probably would have been wielded by the statue. Planetars are a large creature, that's why I say it's a large statue. Jillian, for Flux, she's been having a fun time as she's been drug along by Lulu, because she's looking through the bag of stuff that Jade just got from the pot room. Going through, she goes, oh my god, check this, what is this? Are these a bunch of, and one of the wizards confirms 3,000 tiny hats, and a little box here with these 2 big golems. Oh, what's in this box? With the fingers and nails. All those cute little cool things that you found, that you mentioned while we were playing, Flux actually found them. And I'll put the list of the ones that I remember in here, because I was keeping an eye as you went through, because they were fun.
Okay.
Can I go over to the suit of armor and just like kind of kneel in front of it and see, like, is there a body left in the armor, or is the armor
Just cobwebs
like-
now, unfortunately.
Mm,
You can give a perception check, though, as you check it over if you'd like.
Okay.
With a 22, you can tell that this suit of full plate is incredible quality, or at least would have been. It's ruined beyond repair from where the greatsword, as you trace a finger over the chest plate and follow it to the blade. The armor has been badly damaged by the blade years ago and has been ruined beyond repair, but the blade, well, that could still be used. It seems to be as sharp as the day it was forged, but that wouldn't be what catches your sight as you finish scanning over the form of this armor. You can see the left hand clutched ever so tightly around a small piece of parchment barely sticking out. It would appear as though
Ooh.
preserving it.
I'm gonna try and take that.
The fist is clenched so tightly, despite the fact that the body is long since gone, that it would require decent strength to open an athletics check.
Oh, hey, Flux.
So they just wander around in circles until I close the box and, yeah, Bellamy?
I am clapping. That is awesome.
Oh, that was great.
That was very funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Can you come over here? There's something in his hand,
Oh, okay. I will
but
crack
it's
my
stuck
knuckles.
real tight.
Okay. I'll crack my knuckles and roll my neck and go ahead and do that check. Athletics?
I'll assist, so you have advantage.
Thank you.
Want some guidance? Have some
Sure.
guidance.
I'll take whatever buffs you guys want to give me. Love that for us.
With a 32 on athletics.
Actually,
two.
34.
Oh god, yeah. With a 34
That makes
on
the difference.
Flux reaches a hand down after popping some knuckles, maybe cracks her head from side to side, wags her fingers a little bit out in the air, gets completely ready, loosens up the shoulders, grabs onto the hand. You hear the sound of metal bend, and she lets go a little bit as she realizes, oh crap, I bent it in further. Whistles a little bit, opens it up. You know what I mean? Because gosh darn, 34 on that athletics check. It was like DC 20, 15 at best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, like with a 34, I just picture her just like tearing the hand basically like right off, and like the shockwave of the effort cracking the ground underneath her. Like,
Flux always has great restraint and control. I'll give Jillian that. So
yeah,
as
I
much
know,
as I
yeah,
want to make
that's-
the joke of like she opens the hand and then says, "Okay, here you go, Bellamy," and holds the whole arm over, detached from the suit. Like I want to make that joke, but I know Flux would have that thing open nice and perfectly, being careful not to actually damage anything. Otherwise risk tripping a DM trap.
oh yeah,
I
just
tip my
saying
hat.
like
But
the superhuman level of performance. That's
Oh,
all.
God,
It's
yeah.
just like
I have no way to downplay a 34. It's the
Yeah.
metal bends. Jillian, you're pretty sure for Flux, the joints aren't even moving. You just said, "Oh, forget it, it's open," like a can of sardines to those mighty hands. But you do indeed find a small piece of parchment with wording written on it in a script that you don't recognize or understand. And that goes for everybody except, can Alec read things, or is it just words that you hear? Would that help?
For comprehend language, let me check.
Comprehend language.
Ooh, I have a
if
thing.
it's like the spell, you can.
If I touch the surface of something, I can read the text.
I have universal speech.
How's that work?
As an action, choose 4 creatures within 60 feet. The chosen creatures can magically understand you, regardless of the language that you speak. Right, that's not for written.
They should call that universal tongue. It would be more.
Yeah, they should.
oh, like do I?
But yeah, I can read it
Oh well then.
as long as I don't like clumsily tear it apart or anything like that. Although it'll take
roll a
me.
dex save, you know. Like,
It takes me a minute to read a page of text though, so it's like slow going.
I can ritual cast comprehend languages as well, whenever needed.
Is it celestial? I speak celestial.
Oh, I speak celestial. Yeah.
The script is not.
Okay. Is it draconic, dwarvish, elvish, or infernal?
Nope, and nope.
We've established
Undercommon?
it's not common, so.
I can establish it's not a language any of you know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if it's not a language, any of us. But sorry, Dean, did you say you could read it though?
Yeah, just as long as I'm wearing that helmet, I can.
Yeah.
So you got
I
Alex.
can cast this spell.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I think it's one of those items that it lets you cast the spell at will. It doesn't. It's not like a permanent effect. So
Yeah, you like tap it and it kicks on, but it doesn't cost
Yeah.
any charges or anything. Right?
yep.
But you do have to physically be touching the paper.
I'll do that if we want to know.
Yeah. I figure that's a good idea.
I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Alright, I will delicately, remembering the lessons from my dad on how to handle old paper, destroy it.
I'm sure that was drilled into him with a great level of care.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alec is not the most scholarly of types.
No, not at all. Which is funny, given he took after his mom more than his dad, I guess.
Almost certainly.
As you read over the parchment, the words scroll and twist and turn and become legible to you, and you can realize that this seems to be some alternate form of a common tongue. Not like the common you speak, though, by any means. As the words on the parchment can become more clear, and you can read what appears to be, and I'm going to put this on narration too, a plea for help on them almost, or a rally call.
Kintyre, can I make a history check to see if I recognize the name?
Anyone can make a knowledge history or knowledge religion check on Kintyre,
Alright.
or knowledge arcana check. All three
I
types of
know.
knowledges can apply to it.
There's a really famous song about the Mull of Kintyre.
Oh, that's not my best roll.
Jade, meanwhile, is like, hang on.
I guess copy Isaac. I'll give him history just to see how that goes. I like to do that rather than just going for the highest every time.
Given your knowledge on the subject, because I'll go to lunch right after I say this, given your knowledge on the subject of information that you know, Kintyre was said to be a legendary, secret place hidden away in the 8th hell of Kanya. Not much was truly known about it. But from an arcana standpoint, it was said to be, and this is based off of your rolls, the lore behind it is stated that it's full of magic and power galore, that mages have sought their whole lives just to try and set foot inside the legendary city of myth. Similar to Atlantis in lore would be from a history standpoint. Something mythical, magical, and legendary that everyone always wanted to get to, no one truly believes exists, but rumored to be trapped and scoured away in hell. And with your religion checks that nobody did. Never mind. That's the information about Kintyre. Which might make our wizards' mouths water. Out of all the places in all the realms you've heard of, Kintyre is the whisper. It's the golden treasure at the end of a rainbow for every wizard. The ultimate place of lore, magic, and power. To think that it's real, why? So with that little bit of lore, as the players are sitting in this room wondering what's next, I'm going to say let's take a lunch break. And we'll be back at 12:25, let's say.
Yep,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Alrighty then. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put the game music on quiet. And as always, I'm put the game on pause so we know it's actually paused. As you all debate the next steps in this room, I'm going to pop myself on mute as well so you can see the icon on Discord so you can know I stepped away. Alrighty, everyone. I'll see you all in about 15.
See
Don't have
ya.
too
See
much
ya.
fun.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Alan.
See you a bit.
See you all shortly. Alright. Alright. Where are those headphones? There we go.
My apologies, I'm a little late. Took a little longer to cook lunch than I thought it was going to.
No worries, bud.
Yeah, I'm also back. I'm just similarly eating my lunch. So
Welcome back. I'm assuming not muted means you're back, except Kieran, because you just went mute again. You know, because I said, if you're not mute, you're back, and then Kieran's like, no, I'm muted, forget you.
yeah, no, I'm not subjecting you to having to listen to me eat. That's all.
Oh, no worries.
That is one of the things I like about a mute on the mic itself, is you can chill back and still be muted.
The one on my Yeti's starting to fail somewhat, and when I click it, it doesn't always click. Which is why you heard me earlier when I started the cough saying, oh, come on, Mike, because it wouldn't mute. I'm just trying to push. I reach up, grab, and push a button, so I mean... oh, I see Courtney's off mute. Welcome back. So I'm assuming we'll give Jillian a minute, unless you're already back.
Dean never went on mute.
Yeah, I know. I'm running on the assumption, but I haven't heard him yet, so he's probably still out. just giving it a minute for them. Which is good for Kieran. You're sitting there like, sweet, I'm gonna eat my food. We all know that feeling. When you get those couple extra minutes and you have food. Me, I just had some leftover pizza. No complaints. That and coffee. I got coffee. Yes.
Same here, coffee and pizza.
Oh my god, yes.
I fried up a little bit of rice, so I have some egg fried rice, and it's pretty tasty.
Oh man, I've been watching Uncle Roger, and the whole egg fried rice only has 3 ingredients: egg, fry, and rice, and I just lose it, and it's like, when the dude comes on, he's like, this is my impression of my father and an actual uncle of mine, and I'm like, oh, it's so adorable.
Yeah, I won't lie. I started cooking egg fried rice because I saw more and more Uncle Roger's, and I'm like, I've never tried to cook it myself, and I don't do a bad job. I definitely want to say I do the best job, but I don't do a bad job.
You got the 3 steps and 3 pieces you needed, right?
Exactly.
Just follow that. He did one for Gordon Ramsay, and he pretended he didn't know who the heck Gordon Ramsay was for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes. I like to think I'm a
Yes, you
halfway
hear you?
decent.
oh,
hi,
hello,
Courtney.
we hear you now.
Oh, okay, cool. My mic wasn't working for a second. I was just saying I love Uncle Roger. He's the best.
Oh, it's so creative. I love the guy. And I love that when things are a little iffy on what he's doing, he literally stops for a second and says, remember people, no hate, we're just having fun, and then goes back to what he's doing. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy's genius.
Other than like with Jamie Oliver.
He hates Jamie Oliver, but that's...
yeah.
I mean, really.
It's
Fair.
really funny because like pretty much every episode since he did Jamie Oliver, he backtalks Jamie Oliver.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that place, it isn't like a real restaurant, it's like a McDonald's or something, or one of Jamie Oliver's, and it's like, oh!
So who doesn't really follow that scene? What's the deal with Jamie Oliver that everyone hates him? Because like I've heard people crap talk him, but I don't know anything about the guy, right? Like,
People like to say, essentially, that he's not really a good cook. They have some issues, but the video that that they reference for him, he reviews Jamie Oliver cooking food, and Jamie Oliver basically does, hi, this is what I'm gonna cook here today, but it's more like I'm a first-year university student throwing some shit together. That's the cook job that he did, and another time he did another Jamie Oliver where Jamie Oliver cooked really well, and he goes, okay, maybe he saved himself a little bit. Love it. He's so snarky.
I saw he did, the only thing I've seen of him that he did was when he reviewed, there was a BBC, like fried rice recipe that was, like, just about, like, the worst fried rice recipe. Yeah. Like, and he actually talked to that lady later. Apparently the thing is it wasn't her recipe, and she had to do it the way that it was, like, written, right?
Oh,
so, she's just like, yes, I am aware that this is actually awful, but this was what they gave me, and it's not my job to correct it.
In that one, the big thing, like, he made fun of in that episode is they cook the ice.
They strain the rice. Yeah.
They strain the rice.
Yeah.
And then they rinse the rice.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, everything was done wrong with it. Like, it was very, like, not competently... Like, but what I'm just saying is it wasn't the lady's recipe. She was just the person.
It was really funny because like I did watch the other one too, and when he goes to her place, she has a bunch of colanders, and at one point she grabs one, and Roger is like, "Oh no!" and she's like, "What? I'm just putting it away." It was fucking
No, you don't strain the rice. That is not a part of cooking rice.
You could theoretically use a colander to rinse out the rice.
Yeah, that's fine. If you're rinsing your rice, then that's just the way to.
Once it's cooked, you shouldn't have a colander anywhere near.
No, because the rice should absorb all of the water, and two, like, the point of rinsing rice is you do it before you cook it. Like, so it's not, like, it was just really funny, like, the whole thing, like, because every part of it was bad, right? Like, but it was just like, it was one of those ones I'm like, that has to taste so terrible too, right? Like, at the end of it, right?
Who made bad rice? I feel attacked.
A person from the BBC.
Oh, is this the Uncle Roger thing?
Auntie
Yeah.
Hersha, I think they call her now.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't her, but like I said, it wasn't her recipe. It was a recipe given to her by the BBC that she was presenting. So,
So Dean, why do you feel attacked?
I just make a lot of rice. That's all.
Oh, okay.
do you strain your rice and then rinse it off after cooking it?
No.
Then
No,
you
I
don't need to
just,
feel attacked. Then.
yeah, I just use the what's it called? Like the absorption method. Like you just put the water in and you cook it and it
Yeah,
absorbs and then steams off.
that's how you cook rice, right? Like it either dissipates as steam or it gets absorbed into the rice, right? Like
What? How you cook rice is you put the rice, you put the water, you put it in your rice cooker, and you wait till it's done.
That's what I was about to say, because that's how I cook rice.
I'm fine at cooking rice on stovetop, but I did get myself a half okay rice cooker, and it's just convenient. Like you don't have to think about it at all when you're cooking stuff, and you can time it out to, while you're prepping everything else, just to have the rice ready, and it always makes a perfect pot. So
It's just counter space for me. My kitchen's really small. So
It's worth the counter space, I swear.
yeah.
Have you seen the videos of pancakes being made in a rice cooker?
No.
I've heard about stuff like this. I've seen stuff like making cakes and making stuff like. I don't trust that as a.
Is it even allowed?
Some of them have information on it in their manuals on making cakes and making random things, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right to me. I don't want to do this. Like,
Interested.
So here, let
Jelly?
me.
Jalen will be on in a second. She's just had to take care of something.
oh yeah,
Here's an image of pancakes made from a rice cooker.
And my apologies, the game
Oh.
has to reload for a second because of a module that's giving me trouble that's not working.
okay. Should we once it's loaded? Are we gonna have to have 5 now?
It's gonna do it to you itself.
Reloaded just now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
why
cool.
I'm apologizing. It's gonna bring you back up to the tree.
But yeah, that looks like super fluffy, and I kind of want to
some.
try it.
Yeah. Is that like I guess that's the term like Japanese style pancakes come from, because I think they look like that, like really perfectly shaped and
It's possible that's how they cook it, like with the rice cooker, because like I've seen two guys.
I'm here.
They
Welcome back.
there's these two guys who like to make fun, but they've also taken to trying some of the videos they've seen online and showing if they work or not, and a lot of them don't.
is that
But some of them, like, the rice
Australian fellas? Jillian knows them if it is. What are they called?
Oh, party hat? Or party shirt, I mean? One of them's Australian, the other guy's American. Are you talking about the guys on TikTok?
It's very possible, yeah.
I was distracted by Fergus because he's trying to lick my freezy, so
yeah,
I was trying to get him to stop doing that, so I was not listening to conversation.
yeah. I think they're the pun guys.
Those are fluffy pancakes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the pun guys that they've taken to trying things on TikTok, like videos they've seen on TikTok and doing that.
So, did they get the TikTok leggings? Because I'm willing to bet those guys could rock it.
I bet you could rock it, Alan.
Oh, you know it.
Yes, girl.
Oh, yeah.
What is? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I am missing something here.
Oh, Kieran, if you Google search TikTok leggings, they're yoga pants that have a very specific effect on your bum.
Okay.
And they've become renowned.
Give it
Someone's
that
like,
peach butt.
yeah. But they're getting super famous super quick because of the design. There's all these YouTube my boyfriend / husband / significant other / whatever responds to my new pants. She bends over, the other person just whatever the hell they're doing, they drop every time. Whether it's a dude with a video game controller or somebody just enjoying their morning coffee.
My favorite, I saw a compilation of what happens if you like drop a towel naked in front of your boyfriend, and like a lot of them like just stop whatever they're doing, and then a couple of them are like, "No, bitch! Like I'm in the middle of game, back off."
And then you get those one or two who don't look away, but they're still gaming and killing like there's no tomorrow. Like you're like, how that multitasking? But I mean, the truth is, ladies, you know it. Us men, it's imagery. Yep. If you just flash an image of any form at us in a brief sentence out of nowhere, we're done. That's it. We're done. We're very much, most of us.
We're simple creatures.
We're image-based creatures. So you know that makes us really easy to take advantage of. Especially guys like me. I'm like a crow. It's like, oh, that's so shiny. I must have it. So whenever I see that on a character in anything, it's like, oh, I feel for them. But I'm getting off topic. I only presently see, oddly, Bellamy first in. Look at that, fast to load. And Jade.
Whoop whoop!
I had to do a little F5 there.
Yep.
I had to F5. I'm up to like.
Yeah, I think I have to.
Now.
I think I have to F5 because it hasn't. Like it looks like it's given up.
Even I had.
I was
to
waiting
F5?
for Alan's clear.
Oh, yeah.
It's done reloading.
Oh yeah, give it an F5. Should be good. I had an add-on mod that I accidentally turned back on that I'm meaning to uninstall that allows me to make fancy tokens as a picture, but I don't use it because I have tokenizer on the net and all that stuff, and it was one of those. Like, this looks good, but I never used it.
I don't think Courtney's the only one who's gonna appreciate this, but I just got tokenizer stuck in my head, but like to Britney Spears' Womanizer. Tokenizer.
Ooh, tokenizer. I love it.
Oh, Jillian, that's not fair. Don't you know? Britney Spears is like one of the ultimate earworm artists. They should classify her as noise pollution. I love Britney, don't get me wrong. But, like,
Hashtag
you hear
free Britney.
Yeah. But you hear a Britney Spears song, it's stuck in your head. If you hate her or love her, her music gets stuck in your head. And I like Britney Spears' music. I will admit it. She's a great artist. And her music gets stuck in my head. Now I'm just hearing tokenizer, you're a tokenizer. Damn it. Oh, that's a good one.
Now we know who's the evil one in the group.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Evil Flux would speak up. You used Britney on him? That's wow. Oh.
You just hear from the mirror. Impressive. In Flux's voice.
The sword speaks up, the evil one. It's like, oh goddamn. That's too far.
Yeah, Cass is harmonizing.
Yeah.
You get the song stuck in the sword's head. Oh.
Is he in the bedroom?
Oh, I put him out and closed the door because he was barking at me for my freezy, so he's out of my bedroom until he is not going to bark at me.
That's the worst thing.
But
He's pawing at the door, though.
Alright, I was wondering what he was pawing at.
He needs to learn some manners. He doesn't bark much, but when he does, it's like demand barking. So like he wants my freezy for some reason, even though I've never given him freezies. But every time I take one out of the freezer, he's like obsessed. I let him lick the cold on the outside like maybe once, but that was like after he started being obsessed with them.
That's fair. I do the same with
He's really rude about it.
So if he sees something we have, he wants it.
It's really true.
Supper
Supper time was a little rough, but he's got a lot better now because we started doing this activity with him that we learned in his training class, like putting a mat down and getting him to settle.
Oh, yeah.
Like you put him on the lead and he like keep telling him to settle, and then he'll eventually like stop trying to get our food. So
Yep.
I loaded in, by the way.
Yep, I just saw the 6 people popping up. The last one came on. Yeah, that's a long process, Jillian. He can be quick with some dogs, but usually long process. Dogs love food. And they're like, I want your food.
Yeah.
yeah.
And as a person, and John will confirm this one, as a person, as this happens, you're like, I want to give you my food, but I can't. Because you're adorable. Yep. It's that good nature in you that you just want to be like, oh, puppy, I'll give you everything you want in the world. Just don't give me the puppy eyes.
It's the opposite, because maybe if he just gave us puppy eyes, it would be harder to resist, but he's just being a little shithead and he throws a whole goddamn tantrum.
In regards to
Like
that, you're
he's
lucky.
barking and like jumping up on us.
Adorable. Like,
You try eating a hamburger with a dog with his claws pawing at your thigh.
Yep.
you're implying that I haven't done that before.
I also work with children, so
Oh, that helps.
I'm immune to pouting.
See, children, I like whatever. Who cares?
John's like, I go full sociopathic when it comes to other people, but dogs.
It's true. Whenever you're on the awe subreddit and it's like puppy, cat, and animal, and then someone posts a picture of your kid, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
I didn't come here for your kid. What am I supposed to do with that?
Is your kid cuddling a cat? No. Why are they here? I did not. I came here for the puppies and for the kitties and maybe other fluffy animals from Australia. Sure. I pick Australia, the most dangerous place.
Well, they also have a lot of cute animals, so.
Yeah,
They
like
really do.
Like the Tasmanian devil.
Oh,
So cute.
yeah.
I love the Tasmanian devil.
Are you done?
She's talking
Give-
to Bergus, by the
Yep.
way.
Yep.
No, sorry.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no. Apparently, we're
Give
done
me
talking
quite the
about the
look.
Tasmanian devil. Like that was just.
Are you done, Courtney?
Like, are you? Excuse you.
Courtney secretly starts making plans for the other D&D campaign. She's like, how can I most easily kill Jillian's other character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
She's gonna be,
Just bring in a
she's gonna be
Tasmanian
running-
devil. It'll be fine.
She's gonna be trying to run, if we can get our group organized enough, she's gonna try to run Candlekeep Mysteries as well, Courtney.
Ooh, nice.
So,
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
hopefully we'll get it kicked off. I think things might be a little bit quieter after summer, though.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up waiting anyways until like the new year because my niece is gonna be born at like the end of October.
Oh my goodness.
So basically, like from the end of October until after Christmas and New Year, I'm gonna be like in full on like new auntie mode. So
Well,
Wait, Courtney,
Yeah.
It's
are
funny,
you the DM
'cause-
for the other game?
No.
me?
Oh, I thought
No.
for a second there. I didn't think. I got confused. I'm like, I thought Courtney was also a player in the other game.
yeah, no. It's
Yeah.
the DM. The DM for the other game is John, one of my coworker. So
Oh yeah.
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 Do you
'cause I
all
was
play
right
in the other
confused for a minute.
campaign?
Yeah, not. It's
Yeah.
well, most not. It's not Jade. Just
Yeah.
Courtney, Jillian, Dean, and I, and
Okay, I hadn't realized
Oh, and-
you were
yeah,
part
yeah,
of it. It was
yeah.
what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Josh
was-
is the other one. Josh is, so,
yeah, John. Yeah. Also, John, but he's not in this game. Yeah, John.
yeah, so we actually play, we're in like 4 campaigns right now, so we're in this one, and then we're on a Tuesday game, and then we have a sporadic game with our friends in Windsor, that's Chris Estrad, and then Dean also runs a homebrew one that he does,
Oh,
they're
boy.
mostly one-shots, and then Courtney's gonna try to start Candlekeep, so.
Nice. Well, let me know how Candlekeep goes because I'm curious about that module.
Courtney, when you go to start said
Yeah.
module, do you have a D&D Beyond that you can use for that? Because I think I have like 3 unused campaigns. I can slide one your way and you can put all your characters and crap in there for all the access.
Ooh.
That would be very helpful. I do that. I actually do that with the other campaign we play in the what's it called? The Tyranny of Dragons. I'm quota like according to the system, like D&D Beyond. I'm the DM for that
Exactly.
because it lets everybody use all my books and all of my all my stuff. So
Makes life easier that way. I love the sharing.
Yeah, I do. I do have a campaign started for it. Would you just need like the link and then you join it?
They might have to like make it, right? Like that might be how it.
Yeah, the way it works with D&D Beyond, when I pay money for my subscription, anything that I have will share. And if I join a game, my books will share into it maybe, but it will be a limited collection because between Kieran and another buddy of mine, actually the other guy, he bought the Legendary set too, so either of you have all the books. I have all the source books and a few adventures, but I don't have everything because I don't really see a point in buying certain ones because I won't be using them ever. Like Storm King's Thunder, I'm never going to go back to it.
Oh, yeah.
So things like that, I go with the physical.
For me, I like to have the adventures for the potential of stealing from them. Like I look at them and go, I'm like, hey, like I can take inspirations from this. I can maybe integrate some things in, or like modify some stuff to use. But yeah, but no, yeah, it's essentially honestly that is the single biggest appeal of using D&D Beyond is the content sharing. And you can set it too, so that like in the campaign you can give access to just the source books and not the adventures if you're worried, of your players taking a sneak peek or anything like that, right? So it's it's a really nice. It is honestly, it's the single biggest reason why I favor 5th edition, is because Beyond is such a pleasant experience to play in. I'm currently playing in now 2 games, and I'm running 1 game. So, and the game I'm running is on the same day as this game. Like I play this game in the morning, and I DM the other one in the evening. So. Yep.
Always a fun side. I used to run 3 games at once, but I just don't have the time anymore.
This is my limit. I don't think I can do more than like playing and DMing in 3 games in a week. I love D&D, but like I'm the kind of person I would go nuts if like I had like, you know what I mean? If it was too much, right? Like. So.
But definitely keep us posted on that one, Courtney. That'll be fun.
Yes, yeah.
Definitely.
Let us know how it goes because I'm really curious to see like. Well, one, just have you DM'd before?
I've DM'd a couple times, but just like one shots. I haven't done like any like extended like campaign. Yeah, so I'm very, very new at it.
Well, I'm curious about your experiences with that, and I'm also just curious how you like Candlekeep Mysteries. It's my understanding is Candlekeep Mysteries is more of like a series of like adventures that are all kind of set in Candlekeep, right? Like rather than being a big overarching kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's 17. It's 17 short, kind of adventures, like probably like 2 or 3 sessions each, and it takes you from level 1 all the way to level 17.
Cool.
And so it's pretty cool, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on it.
The real trick is to take an NPC, interject them into the stories that they've given you and string them through it somehow, and then convince the players they have to do something with that MacGuffin after you kill that NPC off. I mean, that's like... I see everyone's staring at me even though we don't have video cameras.
So by the way, in terms of campaign plans, I've got a couple fun things planned. I've decided I want to, assuming my players are up for it, which at least as they are now, we're early in, but they're having loads of fun. Is after Icewind Dale's done, I want to run like some more stuff, like just to take them all the way to level 20, right? And so the ideas I have, these are two campaigns that will follow, like one will cover half the remaining levels, the other will cover the other half of the remaining levels, are Lords of Waterdeep and Neverwinter Nights. So, because I thought if we're going to do, you know what I mean? Like, Neverwinter Nights being a conclusion for the whole thing, I think, hey, if we're doing one classic CRPG like setting with Icewind Dale, let's do another classic CRPG setting to wrap it up with Neverwinter, or New Neverwinter in this case, but you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that'll be a fun.
I based my campaign around soft drink puns.
It's really, really true. He's not lying.
That sounds amazing.
I was gonna say, you can't just say that and then not give an example. So, like, what do you mean by that exactly?
They're part of a mercenary company called the Iron Bruisers.
I knew it. I
And
love it, but I knew it.
there's a rival company called the Root Bears.
Ah.
And then I just sprinkle in some TV references, and it's good to go. You're currently at the Stargate temple, because I was watching Stargate.
So we've got Dean's campaign. Light, fluffy, good time. Everyone kicks some ass. Everyone have some laughs. As they're joking about root beer and soft drinks, you focus over to this one. It's like, and you're in hell, and it's sad. And we go back to Dean's campaign, and it's like, hey, the root beers are here. Let's beat them up.
Yeah, and then we play Curse of Strahd, and we're like, oh dear.
I realized, Dean,
Hey, Mike.
I forgot to share this with you. Let me get you a link 1 second.
I'll say one thing about how I've constructed some pieces of hell, but I'll give it this much. Unlike Strahd, at least you have a chance to survive my world.
Yeah.
With Strahd, you flip a coin the wrong way, you're done. So I am thinking about doing a solo campaign with Sandy and giving her a high-level character and saying, here, go take on Curse of Strahd and don't die, but don't try not to kill him.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I will say, without spoiling anything, occasionally Icewind Dale can just get kind of brutal. Like
beats.
one of my players getting one shot down to 0 brutal. Like,
Okay, so the last team I had a second team on the go, but unfortunately the game had to everybody's real life and everything, and it fell.
Oh yeah.
But we'd already done like 2 other campaigns prior. It was a good time.
Yeah.
We did Icewind Dale, and we got out of the towns, and they went on a sled and go through the snow. I'm not giving any spoilers for anyone or anything, by the way, but I am going to say one encounter that can come up at level 1, if your players are foolish and unlucky. My players ended up encountering an ancient white dragon at level 1.
Yeah, mine
Oh
did too.
dear.
Mine did too. They talked out of it because the dragon, as written, isn't like that bad, but it's like, yeah, that's a fun one. That's a really fun one.
I was gonna have it turn into a chase scene, but unfortunately that was the last episode was, and the dragon comes out, and the players are like, next week's gonna be awesome, but so I have to say thematically, since an ancient white dragon jumped a group of level 1s, that's why the adventure ended.
Yeah.
They did. Icewind Dale was not saved.
They had fun with that. My players that was a fun one. Them like being like, so one of my players had heard about this, and I'm like, I rolled because on the random encounter table, I'm like, oh boy, and so I'm like getting like the token right and stuff. One of my players is like, oh please don't tell me it's the dragon, as I'm like dragging the gargantuan like white dragon token onto the map, and it like appears like a moment later. It was so funny. Yeah, it's a fun module. It is a fun module so far. Also, if you like playing around with lighting mechanics, it is a fun module for playing with lighting mechanics due to the way that the setting is. So,
I also missed who had posted that one, but you were out of line, but you were right. There we go. Thanks, John. All right, so.
Sorry, there was a big white thing that was bothering me. I had to fix that.
That's fair. So jumping back on to the game itself, since we're all here, we've had ourselves a little fun geeking out, and we're all going to be super excited to see these campaigns coming up. If you can record them, please do. That way we can get them on and see them on the net. It's nice to watch. It's like having a photo album. It's not like I'm ever going to get views on any of this crap, but it's fun to watch myself go back and watch and listen and be like, oh, that's so awesome. Then I hear my voice, and it's like, I know my voice is okay. But the problem is your voice doesn't sound right to you. So every now and again I'll twitch and I'll be like, but that's a problem we all have. It's why Gordon Ramsay, speaking of Ramsay, refuses to watch himself. He's like, I'm not doing that. If I start doing that, I'm going to start saying to myself, oh, look while I'm walking. Oh, look at my step. Oh my God, my wrinkles. I'm going to have to do something about my hair. I'm going gray. I don't want to deal with that, he says, and I respect that so much. But the room you find yourselves in, once again, has the metallic armor with a sword through it, and a statue that I've added to the map right down here.
Jade will take the sword.
From the armored body?
Yep.
So you wrap a hand around, and it pulls ever so easily a great sword, beast of a weapon.
And you said it had similar runes and markings as to the dagger we found earlier?
Yep, the Apocalypse Blades, as they were referred to as.
And just to confirm, you said this greatsword was a large greatsword for a large creature, not a regular one, right?
It's a great sword.
Okay.
Can I, like, is the body or the armor, is it, like, frozen in place, or, like, can I, like, lay it down, like...
You could take the time to lay the body out, yes. Well, the armor, I should say. It's settled into this position, and has simply stayed here. Whether it's a mix of rust or a little bit of ice holding it in place, the specifics aren't entirely true, but when you put a hand on it and move a little, the armor gives and begins to move under your push, so you could certainly rearrange it and settle it down.
Yeah, I'll just kind of lay it down a little bit and, like, say a little prayer over them.
The world seems to be a slightly more peaceful place, as Bellamy takes a moment to let the body lay to rest. Beyond that, there is of course a hallway back to the west, leading further in once more. An exit that opens into a hand-carved tunnel, it would appear, that stretches out before connecting onto actual hard tunnel, hewn from rock. You can feel the cool breeze coming from it. And beyond that is the statue in the bottom of this room, the last will and testament of a planetar, according to Lulu.
Okay, guys, I am kind of listening to D&D, but I will tell you that there is a minigame on Google right now.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad one.
I did not know it was there.
Oh, I'm not going to steal your thunder. You go right ahead and explain that game.
I'm so excited. No. I'll pause it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that it was there, because it's very important to me that you guys know that it's there.
I was playing it on my phone.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yes, it is awesome. I played it a bit, I will admit, but... Oh...
Sorry, I won't interrupt again. I just wanted to let you guys know.
Also,
it was really important that you knew that.
And it's so adorable, too.
It has a great introduction, too.
Did you get the cutscenes yet, Jillian?
Literally just started playing it like 30 seconds ago. I did the first minigame.
There's some awesome cutscenes every time. Oh, it's so awesome. Thanks for bringing that one up, actually. That is an awesome one. I forgot about it. I might play that after this. Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah, sorry. Game, yes, game. So, with the pieces laid out before you, what's the team thinking they want to do now?
Anyone of us speak Celestial? Can we try talking to that statue? See if there's anything.
I speak Celestial.
You think you can get anything out of the statue? Or
Maybe. I can certainly try.
Lulu would take a moment to put her trunk on your hand as you go to give a touch, give her head a shake and say, "No, it has to be an order from a higher ranking angel, not celestial on its own. It ain't gonna work. I mean, you can try, but." This last if Zarya was here, she'd just grab a sword, point, and say, "Reveal your secrets," and we have the answers.
I grabbed the broken hilt of Zero sword, point at it, and reveal your secrets.
Ooh.
The sword hums slightly in your hand, and you can feel it and sense the sword's emotion as it tries to push outward. But you can tell that it's struggling. You can feel the sword having a hard time doing so. But the statue does slightly shift. You get the feeling that you need to be much closer, if not directly touching, with the blade.
I do it. I walk up and touch the statue and then try again.
Love it.
I'm gonna bring Jade down into the front, and because I am a cruel dungeon master, why don't you all go ahead and position your minis on the map where they would be?
Aha. Okay. Yeah, I figured this.
The game is currently paused, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
you might
no.
have to F5 then. But just in case, I'm going to pause and unpause. Did that fix
Yeah,
it?
that on positive for me.
Yep.
Sweet. Oh, and we
I'm just reloading.
Okay. I just noticed the player dropped out, and I'm looking. It's like, who was it? Lulu, unfortunately, is going to be relatively close this time, as a few questions have been asked. But I'm going to do a kindness. I'm going to say Lulu's already standing outside. And actually, I just noticed that my lines of sight will block any of you from being able to see outside. So just give me a moment and I will fix that.
I'm taking forever to reload, but I'd be right next to the body.
Copy number is still on the wall for the record.
I'm gonna bring... I'm gonna put her right there beside Jade. Give me one moment. I
No,
just need to-
when she said she was next to the body. Wouldn't she
Oh,
be?
body,
What?
sorry. I thought... Mixed up body and statue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring her up to there. And...
Excuse me.
There to there. Hey Jillian, did you need to move Flux any for your position on the map? Jade's
No,
up there
I
and
don't
stuff.
think I was. I don't think I was up there in the mix with anyone else. I normally would be like right in melee, but I would say Flux was kind of had her guard down for a minute, so I wasn't.
Alrighty. So we'll leave you
Flux
popped up
is
there.
having fun looking through her treasure trove.
She is.
Yeah, she's a
Maybe
little
the two clay dolls
distracted.
she has either hand.
I was just gonna say, in case anyone's curious, I put the two clay dolls in my inventory as a custom item, but
yeah.
rather than having the description of them, I just have the title of it as Francis and Edwin,
Oh,
and then I have the description underneath so I know what they are.
Love it.
that's 10 points right there. I've also adjusted the lighting so that you can see Lulu. However, that's the bind of the map where she's sitting. There's literally nothing past that. So it gets a little wonky if you move beyond there.
I don't know computer stuff. I hit escape twice by accident when I was trying to get a wider view, and now it's giving me the reload or log out option. How do I get rid of that?
Hit escape
once
again.
more.
Escape again? Okay, thanks guys.
Mine keeps saying that my connection's timing out.
I had an issue with that for a period of time too, Courtney. I just waited and it eventually went.
You could always try
Okay.
reloading the page again if it doesn't work.
Yeah, I've closed out of it and opened it back up a couple times.
Dang it.
I
I was,
think-
I was
I
hoping
think
that
it's
was going to be...
being- Oh!
Did you try turning it off and on? And you said, oh darn, but dang it. I was going
It literally just came up.
Sweet. I do not
Computers do
mind.
that all the time. Like they don't work long enough for you to complain about it to someone, and then they go, "JK."
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I'm actually surprised mine hasn't given me more trouble. It's been on for a week just doing video processing 24/7. So I was figuring when I'm playing D&D today, it was just going to be like, nah, I'm shutting down.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm updating, so I need to shut down now.
Oh, that's the worst.
As someone who does IT work, the amount of times I get a phone call, "Hey, this isn't working." Okay, what's going on? It's working now. Never mind.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's so great for me. I'm like, cool, and they're like, "Sorry for bothering." I'm like, "Don't be this It's 3 minutes to type up for sure.
It took, one time it took IT 2 hours before they realized my coworker's keyboard didn't have batteries.
Oh, no.
And
no.
IT's usually good, but it was like a whole... You could hear the foreheads being smacked in all areas across the country.
There was one time my coworker had a problem for weeks. And they call IT. IT hadn't figured it out. After a couple of weeks, someone brought it to my attention. I fixed it in 30 seconds. I forget what it was, but it was such a simple fix.
Oh, yeah.
It literally, like, it took me longer to walk over to her desk to fix it than it did to actually fix it.
Oh, God. Alrighty. Well, I bet you're all probably wondering what happens when Jade sets down the blade and gives out a command.
You mean, what
Yeah.
attack us?
The blade pulsates in your hand, Jade, and you see the statue begins to move, hands drawing away from the face, as eyes stare blankly through the stone. And the statue speaks in Celestial. So only those who can speak Celestial will understand these words coming out, but it sounds like accented. Almost like, think Old English. And as it recounts, it says... We were successful in the obliteration of Blackrock, but we could not stop the ascension of the king. I will hunt him. I will find him. I will destroy him. And I will destroy. The eyes blast open as you see cracks forming in the stone, and Jaden, you notice your arm being gripped by the hands of the statue, as it's seemingly coming back to life as it rises up. A look of raw hatred on its face as it glares at you, turns, sees the rest of the party, screams out loud, "Betrayers!" and draws up its sword.
Time to go.
Roll for initiative.
All right.
We've beat a no-no. We've made a no-no.
Within moments, the body is completely rejuvenated, and Lulu's eyes go wide. Oh no! It was just dormant! What in the... No! Oh, that's... Uh-oh! I can't fight! What must... Lulu looks confused. Poor Lulu. I wonder if this thing's working today. It looks to be. Oh, and for fun, I'll go ahead and show you the monster that stands before you.
Oh my god.
Oh, joy. Also, I managed to tie my own initiative.
Very nice. You'll find this in the handout underneath S02e11 Ice Garden Maze as Planetar for the description.
Now, Jade, I could be wrong, but I think you made a boo-boo.
Huh? It's the spirit of discovery, you know? Sometimes you stumble.
So, what I need from everyone as we start this fight is a perception check. We're gonna see who's too surprised to fight. Well, at least first round.
BTT not found. Let's see.
Jade's fine. Bellamy's fine. Nimbar's not fine.
Oh,
Other Nimbar's fine.
I got a 17. I forgot to click the beyond button.
Alec is fine. Isaac is not fine.
I should roll for my imp.
Lulu's under surprise automatically. Flux is surprised. Holy god, I got all of you. So Jade, Bellamy, and Copy Nimbar so far are safe.
What about Copy Isaac? Got an 18?
Oh, you're safe. I didn't see that on here yet. I'm scrolling
yeah.
too quick. Is it showing up?
Yeah.
Oh, it doubled up. I see. I scrolled too quick.
Yeah, because I think it's because I rolled it. I was like the next one to roll, so it just tagged it onto the.
So the
Yeah,
copies.
you
are
rolled it
fine.
from the same place, whereas I roll it from separate character sheets. That's
So the
difference.
copies are fine. And Bellamy is fine, and Jade is fine. So then. Oh, I gotta pull Not Nimber out of combat. Let's give it a fight. Isaac, unfortunately, is under the surprise condition, so that's it for your turn. It's now Copy Isaac's turn, who gets to go first.
Alright. Copy Isaac's gonna. Let's see here. I think. In order to get, like, line of sight on this thing, where can I be standing? Pretty much, I have to be here. Like. I think that's the only spot that, is actually, like, has a line of sight on him, right?
Technically, again, you could stand under Copy Nimber, the upside down one, because he is on the wall.
Oh, okay. Alright, that'll do.
Just so we're all clear, like there is a space underneath him.
Yeah. Rather than dragging my token on top of his, do we want to... Do we want me to just put it somewhere else? Like just the question, Alan, like, is that easier? Or, like, what's the best way to...
Oh, just pop your token under his. We can just move Nimbar to the side.
Okay. Alright,
Is dice still restricting movement?
Yep.
sure. I have freedom. I have ring of freedom of movement.
Yep.
I am going to cast.
Come on,
Oh.
cast a spell.
I was gonna say that one's not worth it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast at level 6. Disintegrate. So, have it give me a dex save, and the damage for a fail is 78.
What's the DC on that check?
The DC on that check is
Wow.
19.
Doesn't really matter, I rolled atrociously. Your disintegration ray soars through the air and slams into the planetary. 78 points of damage strikes the monstrosity, and you see scorching marks across its green flesh of its chest. But it seems almost uninjured.
Yeah, figured it's gonna be tough. And then he's gonna copy Isaac's gonna get out of the way.
And look at the
Sorry,
other,
he's supposed to.
Nimbar
Oh, he's not
back.
moving. There we go. And that will be copy Isaac's turn.
Kamashag's out. Wait, Kamashag was one of the few who passed, wasn't he?
No, he got
Commentary.
he got like
Yeah.
a free
Okay.
or something. He's surprised. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Nimbar.
Kamashag, I'm sure, got a nat 20. Yeah.
No, that was for his
Oh,
initiative.
roll.
Yeah,
My
so he got-
apologies. Oh, okay.
Got a 20 on his initiative, and then he got a free for his perception check.
Flux, I believe you did not pass on the perception, so you're under the surprise condition. Though now you can take reactions.
yeah.
again.
Okay.
Perfect. And Jade, you passed. As you stand toe to toe with the monstrosity before you. Do you all see the planetary on the initiative order?
No.
No.
Weird.
No.
It's updated as showing as invisible, but it's not supposed to be. I can manually override. There we go. Tad bit annoying. Lulu's going to yell towards Jade, but on her turn. She can't get it out in time. Whatever warning she was about to give you.
Actually, I will use my turn to break free from it, since it was holding me.
All right.
Athletics to break free?
Or acrobatics, whichever works better for yourself. It's a contested check, essentially. I'm not even rolling. I'm gonna, because it's possible. But I mean, you know how it works when you like nails a 20. Who needs skill when you have luck? Though the strength of this planetar is certainly beyond most any that you've felt, save maybe Flux, you do manage to wrest your hand free with your action and free yourself from its grasp.
Then I will blow a first level spell as a bonus action.
Ew. Who are you targeting?
Sorry.
Myself.
Alright. Big boy's turn as they rise up and hold their mighty greatsword at hand.
I thought Bellamy had their great sword.
She does.
Sorry, no. My apologies, Jade took it, not Bellamy.
He does. He has the Apocalypse
Yeah.
Blade, sure, but this planetar comes with its own sword.
Okay.
Lulu's warning, you can even hear her saying something, trying to, but you just can't get it out in time. So then, let's take a peek at Jade here. Armor class 21. Is it a 21 right now?
No, I am wearing a shield, so it is a 25.
Perfect. And let me see here. The creature who targets a ward creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. And that's a spell or spell-like effect, my personal favorite kinds. What's the DC on that?
16.
Alright. You see the planetar twitch, growl as it holds up its blade, and says, Thundercloud, you think I fall for your tricks, and swings straight at you, like a cleaver swinging for the wall, and you're in the way.
Oh boy.
Hold up. He knew
First
your
attack's
name.
going to be a hit. Second attack, as it continues to swing, is also a hit. Third attack, as it comes in, you manage to dodge, even though the blade swings with such ferocity. And the fourth mighty attack. You might want to know that you see him double-handed and move with such an exquisite skill. But who needs skill when you have luck?
Uh-oh.
I will use my reaction and half the damage of that.
So let's get the damages done here. First attack hits for 41 points of damage. The second swing from their blade equally cleaves off a large volume for 39 points of damage. And as for that critical hit, that massive beast hits you for a total of 75. So, you know, half of that. So you got not too bad on that. That's 37. 41, 39, and 37 points of damage to Jade. As the planetar swings 3 times.
God.
However, it does not move from its position as it stands up tall. I should also have pointed out, because I forgot, don't forget it's invisible, but it's not presently trying to hide. That just gives you disadvantage on specific things that happen to be attacks, unless you can see an invisible creature. Alec! I think it was just Nimbar who was not, at this point, under surprise.
I got a 17 for my perception.
Perfect, you're good then.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? What kind of creature was Zariel in her angel form? Was there a stat block for that? Or like a type of creature?
I figured she was custom, right? Like a custom celestial.
They do give an actual stat block entirety for Zariel, for the Archduke Zariel of Avernus, but not for Zariel herself. They give you ideas of where to go, but yeah, she's basically a planetar.
Right, she's a planetar. Well, I'll save that question for later. I just saw Jade's health bar. Maybe have some bigger concerns. I'm gonna, for my bonus action, enter into the starry form of the what one is it? The chalice, I think I'm going for. Yep, I'm going into the form of the chalice. And then I'm going to run forward and cast.
I get background image.
I'll cast heal on Jade. So he gets back 70 health points, and because I'm right next to him, I'm probably going to get hit. I'll give myself 2d8 plus 7 hit extra healing from my chalice form. Where's the d8? Here we go. Oh, that's d10.
God damn it, Alan! You had to find an obscure one, didn't you? Because that's a magic card. I just don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
Do you know the name for the record?
What, for that magic card?
Yeah.
That's not a magic card. I took that from the Circle of Stars from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So if they turn that into a magic card, it's the same artwork.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then that'll be my turn. Finished. I've used everything I can. Oh, just before I end my turn, my imp was on my shoulder. Do you want me to leave him in this space where he was because it's combat, or just keep him on my token?
He can tag along. Just remember where he is in case I throw down an area effect spell, right?
Sure thing.
Not that it matters. He's functionally immortal.
Yeah, he's gonna run away as soon as he's not surprised. Did I click the end turn button? No, I didn't. There we go.
Copy Nimbar. I think Copy Nimbar had it. Let me check here.
Yeah, Copy Nimbar was...
were good, I believe.
Yeah.
You said it's still invisible though, right?
Yep.
That wouldn't affect Jade though, because he's got blind sight, right? Yeah.
No, but it affects me in certain spells.
Yep.
He's not hiding. That's the thing. He's only invisible. So, like for Kieran's spell, for example, that was a dex save. Exactly the sort of wise move to make. You're not trying to hit him with an attack, but if you try to attack an enemy that's invisible, you get disadvantage on the roll.
Yeah, but you can't hold monster on an invisible enemy.
You have to be able to see the enemy, it says in the description?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You'd almost think the DM was thinking about some of these things when he designed this enemy. Yeah.
I can do that, and then that won't hit my friend with the lightning bolt. No, lightning bolt, I'm thinking.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, this template is not going to work. But like I can aim it so that way it's like hitting like these squares and not hit my friends.
unless it's like the early edition Baldur's Gate game, and it bounces off all the walls and kills your party as well. Never used that spell in that game because I just cannot be bothered trying to angle it. It's like, yeah, no, okay, I'm done.
Hold up, that. Sorry, I'm just checking something because I'm not. Yeah, that seems too high for his. So.
25 on the saving throw, you mean?
Yeah, that's too high. Because, like, that's what my other character gets with a bunch of items to bump up the DC. So, sorry, I just need to get that correct number for you. One moment, please.
Actually, hold on. I don't think anything bumps my, I have equipped bumps my, DC. But I want to make sure, because I might have made the DC too high there without realizing.
14.
I don't think it does, but you know.
Oh, don't worry, I rolled shit poor on yours.
Yeah, that's the consolation for me mentally for making that mistake, is the fact that, like you said, basically it was. Mine doesn't.
So his should only be 20.
Still fails.
Okay.
Did not do great today, so you give me a damage on that one. 30 points of lightning damage. Will that direct apply for me? It did, yay. The blast strikes into his chest and carries through like a true bolt of lightning.
Bounces off the walls and hits Jade.
Oh. You wish you could bounce off walls and hit him a couple times. Look how big his ass is. Bing, 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 then hit Jade.
We're now playing Baldur's Gate 2nd Edition rules.
Well, let's be honest. Jade would make his deck save, take no damage, and that buddy would have been hit multiple times.
I will say there was one feature of this dungeon that was never triggered that I'm now disabling. If you had made a ranged magic attack of any form and it hit the wall's ice, it would have started bouncing.
Oh.
As an old school reference. Unfortunately, you're at the end of the dungeon, so the time for that cool magic messery, it's gone. So it doesn't apply for this fight. Don't try any shenanigans. But I figured I'd let you know that, yeah, 10 points to you. You predicted a method I was going to use for this dungeon, but it just didn't come up because you're all pretty safe. So, Nimbar, copy Nimbar. Any other moves for copy Nimbar?
Heal. No, that's probably fine.
Alrighty. Lulu's turn. She is no longer under this surprise condition. And Bellamy, I think Bellamy was surprised?
Does Lulu make a...
I don't think so.
I'm double checking.
No, Bellamy made the save.
Oh no, yeah, Bellamy did make the save. Perfect. Lulu did not. I just rolled for her and she got a 9. I think I put that up. It was a few moments ago. Right before the
sorry.
level roll. Yeah,
Did Lulu get out her warning, though?
No, she's stuttering. She's surprised, so you'll have to wait till her next turn.
So it's invisible. I cannot see it.
Nope. You know where it is, though, but it's not... Invisibility in D&D 5th edition, it means you can take a free hide action wherever the hell you want. As far as the functional ability of it, basically, you have disadvantage on anything that requires sight against it. So attack rolls made against the creature are made at disadvantage.
Courtney?
Right.
Do you mind if I interrupt your turn to read you guys an excerpt from this game?
Not at all.
My brothers sit by, content in ignorance, and yet I, the smart Kappa, must carry the burden of my intelligence alone. The simple Kappa knows not the difficulties of intellect, the burden of existential dread. I stare out at the vast abyss in front of me and wonder, is this really all there is? Surely it can't be this simple. But listen to me, going on about nothing. Please enjoy your games. You've no idea how lucky you really are.
My god. Let's just forget the meta and break the wall.
Love it.
Sorry, Courtney.
No, I loved it.
Oh my. Oh my. That was deep. Too deep for Sunday. Wow.
You knew it.
Oh, and I threw up the description for invisible.
About fucking time. I knew it.
Divination from Magic 19th edition. Look at that. Good job, John. And that's an older set too, so they reprinted that for D&D.
Yeah, I knew that was a magic card.
You're like, which card did you use, Alan? I'm like, I didn't use no card. So
That's funny. I mean, we have the art.
Yeah, like they're the same company. They're definitely allowed to.
Yep.
But it's just that is just a fun one.
Well, depends on how the artwork's licensed, right? Like, I assume Wizards has a strong grasp on it because Wizards, but
They commission it, and
yeah. But it depends on like if it's
no
or not, right? Like, so yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, like, clearly, they would have the rights to do this, because otherwise they wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't have done it, yeah. You'd figure. Companies have done shit like that before.
I mean, I say that, but did you guys hear about Crux of Fate?
Oh. Let me see here now. We got, for the duration, you see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible. Can you target other people or just yourself? Self. Okay, so Bellamy.
Yeah.
Courtney, you're gonna go ahead and use some see invisibility on the self, hey?
Yeah.
Very nice. So you give the fingers a snap and your eyes start to glow and you're like, I got you now. And you see him and it's damn, why did he have to be evil? He has higher charisma than anybody else. It's in the mid-20s, you're sure of it. Your bardic knowledge, just looking at him like, damn it, stupid pretty angels. And I literally mean that. If you have a charisma in the 20s, the implication is ethereal beauty, right?
Yeah, mine's not even 20. I got a 19.
That's like, if you compare to most other party members, except Jade. Hey, good job, buddy. Everyone else is probably a 10. Or 12 for Flux, look at that. Flux is like, I take pride in my scales, thank you very much.
Am I even that high? Like, I think I'm an 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
dumb
a 10.
stat for spellcasters unless you're a sorcerer. So then.
Yep.
Warlock,
Yeah.
Warlock's really spellcasting.
Yes, if they get the amount of short rest that Wizards intended for the game to have, that never actually happens. Yes, they are.
Well, that's why I design my games in a way that the players decide how much rest. But Courtney, with see invisibility, you can now see him. Anything with the bonus action you got left up your sleeve?
I can't do 2 spells, right?
You can't do 2 spells that require a casting time of an action. You can cast a bonus action spell and a spell time of 1 action. That's about the only way, and it has to be a cantrip to be a bonus action spell.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. I always forget that. Okay.
Technically,
yeah.
levels in spellcasting. Flux could cast 2 spells with... Wait, no, Action Surge doesn't give you another spell. My bad. Or wait, does it? I think it does. It's a full nether action, isn't it?
Yeah, you can take another action.
Yeah, so yeah, Flux is the only person in the party who has the ability to dual cast, but she doesn't have any spells, so... Who needs spells when you have giant swords of doom?
Who's after me? Isaac.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to do unsettling words. So basically they take it's 1d8 off of their next saving throw that it makes before the start of my next turn.
And I will ask, since you have unsettling words as the bardy powers, do you have a list of insults you've been waiting to use?
Oh, I don't. What does it look like?
Oh, the picture. 1 second, I'll do another pop-up of the thing. There you go.
Okay.
All angelic and
Oh. You know what though? I'm so much prettier and my wings are a lot nicer than yours. Excuse the fuck right out of you.
He looks offended, has a look on his face of what in the who would dare, but you've thrown off his groove, so it's going to be an inspiration die the next time he has to do a savings throw.
Yeah. 1d8 off of his next saving throw.
Oh, you actually have to roll
And
that
that's
now.
my turn. Oh, do I roll that now?
Yep.
Okay. 1d8.
He loses 4
It's a
points off the next save.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Round 2. Isaac's up.
Isaac's gonna. Let's see.
As Isaac's running up towards the battlefield, Bellamy's gonna like tap him on the shoulder and point. He's right there.
He'll
I'm
take.
sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Oh yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I'll keep telling people, like, if it moves, I'll be like, he's right there! He's right there!
And so Isaac's gonna pull out the big guns here. Cast one of his signature spells, not the mechanically signature spell, but something he's. Or have it giving a DC 19 will, I believe, save. The printout in wisdom. Yeah, sorry, not will. Still have issues with that now and then. So have him give me a DC 19 wisdom save.
He successfully passes the savings throw with a -4.
Oh!
I am going to use what's it called?
Isaac would like to rage.
Isaac would like to pass on that. Convergent future. I take on a point of fatigue in order to make him fail it.
Tight.
Now I have to check a quick rule, so one moment here.
I was pointing things
When you or a creature you can see.
Oh no! Is it?
Yep.
Can you see? Sorry, then I won't do that because that's impossible.
Exactly. So convergent
sorry.
future for
Yeah.
you.
Sorry, I forgot. I
And
keep forgetting
I'm
it's
going-
invisible because I can see the token here.
But just go ahead and give yourself a little pat on the shoulder for getting lucky on that one. It wouldn't have ended well. Just on the heads up
Oh,
for you. I give you that
I
warning.
used legendary resistance or something.
Oh, you make me
Alright.
auto fail? I auto pass.
Well,
Which is why I was
that's-
mentioning I'd have to look up rules. So I may have just tipped my hand a little here, but it didn't come
Well-
to pass. So we don't actually know, but we're gonna find out.
So that's gonna be my turn then, because that's that's a shame, but
It really kicks it when you can't see them for half the spells.
yeah.
Yes.
No, you're right.
I've been thinking about that.
because the
trying to
token.
figure-
Because the token's visible, that's what keeps like throwing me. That you know what I mean. Sorry about that. All right, but that'll be my turn.
Let me go ahead then and add. Why don't I have the pop-ups for icons on this? I was gonna add the
Oh, like
thing, but I don't see
a status.
Interesting. They're gone. I must have accidentally switched it off. Ah, well.
You don't see like the status, like the. Are you talking about the standard statuses, or is this a separate?
No, there's a few things built in that should be able to kick on, but they're not opening for me, so I probably have to look into it later. It's all good. I bet you I have to do it through over here now instead. So, yes, anyway. That was Isaac's turn. Now it's Copy Isaac's turn?
Yes, it's going to be Copy Isaac's turn, and he is going to now run forward into the cleared position and bringing up my OneNote because that's where I have his spell list because he doesn't get his spells back. And
Do you have? Sorry, never mind.
Sorry, what were you going to ask?
Changed my mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I should be able to clear line this to hit him. He's gonna cast at level 3 lightning bolt. So have him give me a DC 19 dexterity saving throw, and I'll roll the damage out in a moment here. Just gotta make sure I don't, make sure I do it in a way that I'm not. Oh dang it, because I believe you don't. Oh no, I do have it memorized. Okay. Oh no, I don't. That's from the. Oh yes, I do. Sorry, I'm brain today. So I'm just gonna cast on BTT. And make sure that's not taking up a spell slot while doing it. Yeah. So 40 damage, 20 FE. Yeah.
As you shoot off a lightning bolt, he turns his glare a little bit and just says, "Another? Come now," swings the blade and catches the electricity, dissipating it, half of it anyway, as he passes his save.
Aha. And then Copy Isaac will similarly bail once that's happened, because, and that will be Copy Isaac's turn. Okay, the end turn has been a little sticky for me, so
The entire
I'm not
combat
sure.
thing's a little wonky. Next up is Kamashag.
Alright, boss, I'll fucking see you later. I'm gone. He'll disengage and just be like,
Literally not his problem.
At first reason I thought Alec was saying this, and I'm like, Jesus. Oh yeah.
alright, lads, I'll fucking see you later.
As it flies away, you see the Planetar watch him, being able to see the invisible as he goes, as he nods and says, "A brave and wise strategy. None stand against Abshardon and expect to survive."
Come
I
check
do.
just gives him the finger guns as he.
And that makes it Nimbar's turn. I'll pop the thing forward on that one.
Oh yeah.
Alright, Nimber is going to pull Isaac here, I guess. We're gonna go down here. And we're going to disintegrate.
Yep. Keep making him make those saving
For the
throws.
record, this one, saving throw 25.
And it's dex
Yeah, you've
save,
got a
right?
brutal.
Yep.
You've got a brutal save DC.
Yeah. And sorry, for the record, we realized the mage hand doesn't work in combat, so I am currently walking on ice, so I only have half movement, correct?
Alrighty. And as your disintegrate ray fries, it sledgehammers into his chest. Seems to do some decent damage as it crackles the skin. But the Planetar takes it on the chin with a growl.
And then I can move that far back.
As he sees you all darting in and out, he gives a glare and he says, "I see now how this works. How many of you there are? Are you all here?"
Well, if we weren't, how would we answer? I assume he thinks we're somebody else, though, and that's more of his point.
Okay, can I... Oops, I just hit the wrong thing. Can I get, this is 5, 10, and then 20 to move through... Okay, I can't...
Oh, you could go on the diagonal through not Nimbar, because that doesn't take up a space. In fact, I'm going to move that over here.
Sure.
5, 10, 20,
It's
25, 30. Could I get here?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Real quick question. The ice, is it not half movement?
Oh, yes.
Oh, right.
difficult
And
terrain.
Lulu's far away from me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'll
Well,
go.
ac-
Am I at 15 feet or am I at like 7.5 feet?
You've got Lulu on rope at all times. You could holler to Lulu for her to give a pull, and she could try to help get you further, but it would be at a risk. You'd have to pass some checks to see if you could get through there.
How much movement do I have without Lulu's help?
15 feet.
15, not 7.5, because I thought it was like super difficult terrain.
Oh, right, yes, it's quarter. You can barely walk. Though, that's just moving freely. Like, think about yourself standing on top of an ice rink right now. If you wanted to book it, you could run, but there would be athletics or acrobatics check to keep yourself on your feet.
I'll do that. If I do that, I'll get 15 feet.
Yep, you can take 15 feet for a difficult check. You can take your full 30 feet and pray to God as you roll those dice. Or, you know, if you're Jade, it doesn't matter because he has claws and he's high checks. But you can do that in combat for this one because, well, you run across the ice, but it could end badly.
Yeah.
Who was the magic carpet?
Jade.
Oh, it's quite large anyway, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
9x6.
Yeah. Yep. I'll try to move. I don't even know where I'm gonna go if I move 15 feet, because I can't move 15 feet because I have to move through either Bellamy or Nimbar space. So the most I could do would be here.
Yeah. Well, you could get down to this spot on the diagonal street.
Could I? Because it
Right
doesn't
there.
it take 10 feet of movement to move through someone's space?
We say we can cut around the. Whoa, right, because it's right at the end of a wall. No, that's for climbing. What am I saying? We did say you can jump around corners in these areas, so you can take 5 foot of movement to do that maneuver. So you come down from here, be 5, 10, and then you just take a turn and bazinga, 15 feet.
Okay.
Going either of the other directions, you're 100% positive. You can't get past them because they take up a square. But since we were lucky enough that not Nimbar was here and he doesn't count, you literally like run past the little thing. Maybe even run through it and it just gives you a wave. Like, good luck.
The head like bounces back and forth a little bit.
Now what I need though is a quick athletics check from you, or acrobatics, but you'd probably want to go athletics. For obvious reasons, you know. Flux doesn't so much run gracefully as she stomps her feet so hard that she makes mini craters on the ice. She's like, forget not having grip, I'ma have grip, oh yeah. And 15 feet, no problem, you clear it. And that's just your movement, you still have your actions, of course.
Yeah, I'll just hold an attack if I see anything.
Alright.
It's the end of my turn.
So, what weapon are you gonna attack with? Swing a sword if he comes into range?
Yeah, I'll have the Sword of Avernus out.
Perfect. As we scroll around to Jade's turn, you hear a soft, dark chuckling in your mind. You're really taking on the angels. You're brave. Very brave. Good luck. Obviously, this sort of cause. Oh, and because of how I do rules on invisibility, even though being invisible says you have advantage on attack rolls, I should add not against Jade and not against Bellamy, since you can see invisible. Functionally, they're not invisible to you. So this prevents disadvantage for both of you. You can see the enemy.
Tight.
Usually when players use invisibility, it's outside of combat to get around my shit, so having it in combat is a little wonky, but that's one of my firm rules on invisibility. If you can see someone who's invisible, they're not invisible. They're visible. So yeah. Jade, you would not have disadvantage on your rolls for this attack, since you have that ability to see. If you're swinging.
No, I am going to disengage.
Alright.
Go up to here, grab the Lantern of Revealing from Nimbar. Go here and use my action to turn it on and aim it at the Planetar. It reveals all invisible targets. Everyone can now see the Planetar.
And you
Thank
see
you.
the look on its face grow angry as it looks itself over and sees this happening. Anything else for Jade's turn?
Nope.
The Planetar takes a smooth step forward as it feels the ice slither beneath its heel. It looks down and its mighty wings spread wide as it floats into the air. However, Jade, you can tell by its movements coming forward, it has a specific target as it barrels its blade down on you once again.
I'm still
Unfortunately-
under the effects of Sanctuary.
Yep. Unfortunately, this enemy seems smart. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. No wonder I can't get that. So let's do the wisdom saving throw. Oh. No, he passes. I'm sorry, man. At least on
It's
the
a low
plus side,
DC.
you can always check the recording and see that I'm not flubbing it. Sometimes I do bad, but you just made me burn through like 2 of my best rolls, so. First swing is a hit, and I'm gonna run it a little different because I just rolled a 20. Frick, it's a massive beast of a strike coming at Jade. That damage halving, that's once per short rest or twice per short rest or...
Once per reaction.
Once per reaction, beautiful, because he's hitting you for 85 damage total, broken down as 23 points of slashing and 55 points of radiant damage. Plus bonuses.
Yeah, I'm going half it.
Alrighty. Just wanted to make sure I was looking at something right on the screen and didn't make a mistake. So, you take another swing at Jade. Wow, he misses. Unlucky. I say wow because whenever anyone misses in high level, it's a bit of a surprise. The third attack, unfortunately, is a hit. And you got 25 AC?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I still want to know how he knows Jade's name.
39 points of damage as this great sword vivisects you. And he gets ready to swing the blade a fourth time and draws it against you. At the last second, twists his grip and moves his hand. Give me either an acrobatic or an athletics check opposed to the Planetar, as he is attempting to grapple you. Oh man. Jade, just do me a favor and review the recording at this moment, just on fun. He grabs you round the throat. You sense that you almost had it was so close. He spreads his mighty wings wide and launches himself 20 feet into the air.
So sorry. Jade failed this check here?
And is grappled by the Planetar, who is now flown into the air with a grappled Jade in tow.
Okay, that's actually, he already rolled pretty high though, so okay.
Hang on, I've just forgot something. I'll use wheel. Wheel, you can add a d6 to that roll.
Oh.
I'll display it on the desktop. It's a reaction. I think I've used it once before. I keep forgetting.
So, Jade, roll a d6 and see if Alec has saved your life. You can sense the stars curving above your head and luck joining your side as his grip falters as he takes off and slips from around your tabaxi throat. However, he has gone 20 feet into the air regardless, which has allowed the three of you in close range the opportunity of an opportunity attack. On top of that, oh wait, no one else is in range. Never mind. So if you want to take a swing, by all means.
How much damage did that first hit do total?
The one that you halved, it was 85 total. So you're looking at 42 damage. And was it 39 for the second one? 81 damage total, with you taking half off.
I'll let the other two take their opportunity attack first, because I have something really special I get to do.
I can't opportunity attack because I spent my reaction to save Jade.
Okay, fair.
Yes.
And Jade also used his reaction, right?
Yep.
Okay, so for my opportunity attack, I would like him to give me a dex save, DC 19, as I disintegrate him.
Such a
Warcaster.
All
Yeah,
right.
Warcast is a hell of a drug.
You hear the Planetar roar as he swings his blade back and says, "Enough of your foolish tricks, mortal! Who do you think you are, Nimbar?" He swings his blade and uses a legendary action in order to automatically pass the save that he failed. He then burns another legendary action, hits your spell in midair with his blade and bounces it straight back at you. Go ahead and roll me a dex save. DC 19.
Oh, fuck!
Oh no.
This is awful.
You take how much damage from Disintegrate? I'll roll it, because I did it.
I think that's Nimbar gone.
I have to check something real quick.
74 points
But-
of reflected damage. Yeah, sure thing, bud. By all means, Kieran.
See. No, this would be too late for this. Sorry, I wanted to see if there was an option, but it's yeah.
It just so we're clear, it wasn't a spell that let him do this. It was just
No,
his-
legendary response. Legendary
Yeah.
actions.
Oh yeah.
Clearly this
Oh.
guy stinks of big bad, right?
I actually wanted to see if, because Nimbar was the caster of the original spell, if I could intervene that way, but I read over what I wanted to do. I'm like, no. That's pushing it too much.
So, before I continue, does anyone have any tricks up their sleeve? Because that's a 74 points of force damage to copy Nimbar. It's gonna wipe him out. Not that that's that big of a deal for players who can cast Wish,
yeah.
All out of reactions and such.
I could
I can't do anything for spells.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've already used my reaction.
I hate saying this is like how much health does copy Nimbar have left right now?
47.
Okay. Do you know what? Something I will do is I will use my Chronal Shift to give him another chance at the saving throw. So
Okay.
that's my reaction.
Oh, so you do get used out of that. You might have saved. Oh,
Ah.
so close.
Yeah.
Well, Chronal Shift is the weaker version. Convergent Future, the one that would have given me fatigue, is the like I put it to one below it needs to, you know what I mean, or one higher kind of thing, right? But Chronal Shift is just like reroll basically, but I can do it twice a day and it doesn't exhaust me.
Alright, well, there goes copy number.
Yep. Tried. Sorry. I tried.
I was so excited. I finally got to do that. I've been waiting a while to do that for the
Hey, wish is a wonderful drug.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
So-
just
Yeah.
As Copy Nimbar shoots his blast from the ceiling and scorches through the air, his eyes go wide, and he looks at the other Nimbar. Oh! I figured it out! Oh my god! And you look at each other. You figured what out? Mordenkainen's puzzle! I figured out the solution! He looks so excited. It's simple. It's so easy. And the next thing you know, he turns into a snowstorm, a pile of snow, as he disintegrates into midair, flowing towards you, still with a smile on his face as he disappears.
Oh. Poor guy.
However, it's still the Planetar's turn, now 20 feet above you all in the air. He moves a little and hovers and shoots a glare, holding his sword out. You treacherous, lecherous, horrendous mortals, I'll see you all fry for your crimes. Before he bolts, flying past Lulu and out the entrance of the tunnel, moving at a whopping further 105 feet in that direction, as he seems to be running away from the battle. The question is, do you pursue the invisible angel?
I don't think we can catch it, so
Yeah, that's and he's the one who wanted to fight. Like,
Well then, in that
Wait,
case,
so he just like pieced out
he pieced out.
and didn't take any of us? We're all still here.
I mean,
Grab-
copy number died, but that's not a big thrust.
yeah.
But
I do have a way
Okay.
that we could, me and like another person could give chase, but
Probably not.
We did do a lot of damage to it, and it was barely injured, so I don't want to send two of us alone.
Yeah.
Lulu, at this point, since it's almost her turn, would finally choke up. As a general, oh my word, no!
General of
Yeah.
heaven?
The armor and the weapon, no! Too strong. A metal regular planetar look like a regular angel. Like, not no Sheridan's power, and he's gonna be like all glowy and winged and all the feathers everywhere, and he's just gonna blast things out and make giant big holes and craters and all that stuff in this video. Oh my blah! Lulu looks absolutely terrified.
Well,
Oh.
it's gone now. So
Couple of questions, Lulu.
I'm
How
gonna-
did they know? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna end the combat tracker now. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
really good on time today. This worked really well.
How did he know some of our names? And why did he immediately attack us?
And call us betrayers? Say we broke crimes?
Lulu looks back towards the lot of you. She seems to squint her eyes a bit and shake her head. Well, damn it. I was about to ask you that.
Dusty corrupted some of us in another reality. I bet you he was fighting those, and that is why he attacked us.
that's a good.
Well, didn't you
stereotype.
also take a sword from him?
Well,
No,
I took an apocalypse blade before we started fighting.
No.
It was the general's long sword. I'm pretty sure you saw it. She points at Jade, who's at this point probably sitting down, leaning against the wall. She points at Jade's chest, which is, how much health you got left? Because you should have died.
23.
23. Because you got like a massive 70-some boost and still then hit again. Lulu's
I
actually
should have died
indicating-
twice there.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out. Yay, reaction.
You
damage.
also you get 50 points of health back, Jade.
Oh, yeah. Bellamy's got you. She just walks over. Take it. Here you go. All of it
Yeah.
for you, Jade. As you all sit there in the cold, Lulu just give a nod. As she's indicating Jade's wounds, you see they're a little stubborn to close despite the healing. And she indicates, well, it's radiant damage, holy weapon, holy power. You can't wield those if you're corrupted. You can't use the radiant power. It's not allowed. She pauses, looks up for a moment, then looks over at Jade. Unless you're him, he could probably do it. He's got all the cheats.
But that being said, if what Jade said was accurate, what we believe happened was Negadusty sent us. But that's not true because he called me out by name too, and Negadusty doesn't have any Nimbars. Because Dusty never met Nimbar.
That we know of. We did not meet one. Does not mean there wasn't one there.
True, but
time can be a strange thing.
Nimbar and Isaac have never seen Dusty ever.
Yeah.
we see Negadusty.
You've seen Obsidian Man, yep. Walking around as a block of obsidian armor. Looks
Just saying,
all
like,
hardcore.
for all the hype, he was definitely a bit of a disappointment.
Who? Dusty?
No, well, just like that, you know what I mean? That being the only experience with Dusty, right? You guys are talking about what a great guy he is, and the only experience I've had with him is him trying to kill me, so.
Lulu
Our
will
Dusty's
waddle
dead, you asshole.
Oh, I know, I'm joking.
Yeah. Yeah.
over. I'm wondering now, Alex says that and then bursts out laughing the next second as Isaac's apologizing.
Dusty would have loved that.
Lulu snorts a tear laugh. She goes, yeah, he would have. Oh. Well, as you all sit and recuperate now that things have calmed down somewhat and you look out the exit, you can see it's, as mentioned, a tunnel. Very long, very winding, very stone, and very cold. Glancing at it, you can tell it would be quite the walk wherever you're going and wherever it will lead you to. So before we end for this week, I'll ask, are you heading back into the maze or are you heading into the tunnel to move on?
I figure with the maze collapsing, we probably should head into the tunnel.
Yeah, did we want to, just get into the tunnel and, maybe take a short rest?
Can we take a long rest by chance?
Well,
Almost. It's 6.
I mean, that would be even better.
You could definitely burn the time until you get a long rest, no problem, because it's 6:55. It's 8 o'clock that you can take a rest. So you take a short rest and then a long rest, you're done. You could definitely do stuff like that. Not a problem in that case. No issues.
Because I've burned a couple high-level spells. Poor Jade is like dead over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've taken a bit of a beating.
And Nimbar is probably fascinated as he's realized that his copies don't think exactly like he does, that they change and they evolve because, damn it, he solved the puzzle and that one's been bugging you for 200 years. Just for the fun of it. You know, going through the whole they can develop and become their own thing. It's a little more fun that way. Well then, as the party makes their way into the tunnel, next week's game of D&D will be planned in such a way that I'm assuming you're moving on. That the dungeon itself is over, and the ice cave will be behind you going forward.
What I suggest, but
if everyone's good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want me to shape change into some kind of giant frost worm and just go digging around for everything we missed, but
I've had enough of this place
that
personally.
is tempting, to be fair.
Oh, Jade would all be for that because there's missed treasure. But how are you going to see the treasure? And a whole lot of things.
well, I mean, if I'm a giant worm, I would just, eat the treasure, poop it out in a better location.
Though, since we're not backtracking, I'll go ahead and show Jade one room that was missed.
Oh God.
Oh boy!
That's a no-no room.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Also, use the same lantern asset that I use.
Oh, nice. I had to get a bunch of new ones. It stunk, but I probably found them from the same spot. Sandy grabbed me a bunch.
Yeah.
So it was very
That's
nice.
that's like my first thing was holy shit. That's all I was. The second thing is like I recognize that tile.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. a
Wish
no-no
turn
room.
undead.
Ha!
Wish turn
undead.
undead? But isn't undead a cleric feature, not a spell nowadays?
It
It's
is a
always been
cleric feature,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
Jade has levels of cleric, so he can turn undead lower level. So wish to up it so that he can turn higher level.
Gods rub their
Yeah.
chin and they're like, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
That's
No,
cool,
turn
that's
undead.
one time.
I think turn undead's always been a feature. At least in 3.5, even it was a feature, not a spell.
I've had a dollar for every time. Turn on Dead was so old, but oh my.
Mm.
So then,
It got a big old nerfing with 5th edition compared to what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other night.
Yeah, it's not multi-ability score anymore though. Like it used to require charisma for its rolls.
oh yeah,
So
how well you
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
think
now
I
it just makes them afraid, doesn't it?
well,
Yeah,
you can still
well-
destroy, but it's just a very it's the margin to destroy is so you have to be so much higher of a level than what they are that it's just it's for destroying lots and lots of enemies who are way weaker than you, right? Like that's the kind of thing it is.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna call it for the week at this point because we're a bit over. Oh wait.